sombranza e zuita saluda antes de niga radzaudzan malak estrezas durante todo el memu a nogi distancia como kupugi palu zangiman malak guafi ikonum nasugi airi prebatu la noci nai banderata Gaigi, pues atan fanny bandera, kau esta pagua pumalapa, giluk tanu man libri, centamiti. Man ko badi
Fanogi tamoru purita nota kantai matu nanyagi todu ilugat para i honra para y gloria, abiba es la sin para y honra, para y gloria, abiba es la sin todo y tiempo y paz para kita dan gini langit na bendition koncai piligu na fan sofuham Zeus protegis languahon koncai piligu na fan sofuham Zeus protegis languahon
Osaina, Oaniti, Ninumari Hamines Kunta, Ninale. Osaina, Oaniti, Ninumari Hamines Kunta, Ninale.
It's Christmas in the islands, you hear the people say. It's Christmas in the islands, the old Chamorro way. They serve Bonello's dogu in just the same old way. It's fine and good, it's good money, the old Chamorro way. It's fine and good, it's good money, the old Chamorro way. Hey, it's Christmas in the village, you hear the children sing. They play their Christmas programs and decorate the trees. They sit around and listen to Grandpa's Christmas stories. It's jungle bells and coconut shells. Santa's on his way. It's jungle bells and coconut shells. Santa's on his way. Here we go. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Well, it's fine and good, it's gold money, the old Chamorro way. Fine and good, it's gold money, the old Chamorro. We'll do it one more time. Whoa. Let's get the audience. Kid, would you like to get the audience to sing Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching with us? Yeah, that would be fun. Can you do it and help us out? Tell them, okay? Say, come on, all right? Hey, there you go. It goes like this. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Well, it's fine and good, it's good money, the old Chamorro way. Well, it's fine and good, it's good money, the old Chamorro. All right, just the audience now. Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Just this side, all right? Ready, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Ching-a-ling. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Well, it's fine and good, it's good money, the old Chamorro way. Hey, very good. Give them a nice warm hand. Yeah. All right, this side. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Again. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Well, it's fine and good, it's good money, the old Chamorro way. Well, it's fine and good, it's good money, the old Chamorro way. Now this side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Well, it's fine and good, it's good money, the old Chamorro. Everybody now, okay? Fine and good, it's good money, the old Chamorro. Everybody now. Yeah. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Come on. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Well, it's fine and good, it's good money, the old Chamorro way. Well, it's fine and good, it's good money, the old Chamorro way. Hey, kids, do you know the song Jungle Bells, Coconut Shells? Okay? Okay, let's do that. Pat, do you know that song? All right, come on in, let's go. All right, now don't forget, I know you guys know that too. Okay? Way out here in Guam, there's no hope for snow. Beneath the lovely palms, a typhoon sure could blow. Santa surely knows what the tropics will allow. Instead of using 8 reindeer, he'll use a carabao. Whoa! Jungle bells, coconut shells, sticker birds all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a two-horse truck today. Hey! Jungle bells, coconut shells, sticker birds all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a two-horse. Yeah, well, I know it's December. It feels just like July. The Christmas spirit's in the air 'cause everyone is wearing a lei. But when the tropic sun lights up all the Christmas trees, you can bet it's in the air 'cause Christmas time is here. Yeah, jungle bells, coconut shells, sticker birds all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a two-horse today. Hey, jungle bells, coconut shells, sticker birds all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a carabao park today. Hey, guys. You were great. Shall we ask them to sing along with us? Since it's going to be on TV, and they might as well see themselves singing it. Okay, everybody now, you know that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Jungle bells, coconut shells, sticker birds all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a wire on boat today. Jungle bells, coconut shells, sticker birds all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a caravan boat today. Thank you. Give yourselves a nice warm hand. Thank you. Woo! All right, here we go. Let's end it up here now. 1, 2, 3, say ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, ching-ching. Well, it's fine and good, it's gold money, the old tomorrow way.
All right.
Well, it's fine and good, it's gold money, the old tomorrow way. It's jungle bells and coconut shell, Santa's on his way. Thank you.
Good morning, Guam. Right on. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi, Chris.
Good morning, Jason Solis.
Good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you, guys. Wow, it's rainy. I think
Got
God
a
is
little bit of rain.
God's crying because I'm back. It's raining cats and logos out there off and on. It's the
So
national.
you're back. Joe Sir's back.
Oh, hey, Joe, sir, welcome back.
Joe Sir.
And
You know who's back? My Michigan Wolverines. We beat Ohio State.
right.
Michigan won. Alabama won. Oregon won. Oklahoma.
State.
The Geckos won.
Yeah.
The Friars
Oklahoma,
won.
Not so much. Bree was not a happy camper yesterday.
Southern High won.
It's all right. It's all right. At least my son's team won, so that was good.
624. You know who else is back is face to face, right? That's today.
Yes,
Wow.
that is.
Wow, take leave and what happens?
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened while you were on leave.
Yeah, I heard. Well, I don't even know where to start. But first of all, so today is back to school for
Yes, it is.
um,
All
Back to
GDOE school
school.
students that are enrolled in the face-to-face model of learning.
5-day-a-week instruction format.
Yes, sir.
right on. And that's for those who are in face to face. So no more cohorts.
Nope.
Is that what you're saying?
Nope.
Okay. Well, good luck this morning, everybody. Be safe out there.
Be safe. Stay dry.
Yeah, stay dry. As we're getting Len and I led from the National Weather Service. Good morning, by the way, guys. Monday, November 29th, the year of our Lord, 2021. It feels weird to say year of the COVID because I guess while I was gone, COVID's over now.
No, not exactly.
But the cases are way down. They finally ran through everybody who could
Yeah.
possibly get it. They
Now,
got it.
Dr. Peter Lombard, who was our guest on
Yeah,
Friday,
what did he
said
say Friday?
The data kind of indicates that we are past the Delta surge. Granted, I mean, that his opinion, having evaluated the data, that's not like an official,
Yeah.
statement. But yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes and everything like that, we have made it through.
The Delta era.
Yeah,
Right, but now there's a new one, Omicron.
Omicron.
Is it Omicron? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Omicron sounds more transformery.
Okay, Omicron is
A
that.
transformer variant.
Omicron.
It's that really funny Latin Greek symbol.
I saw a tweet that said, "This is not how I wanted to learn the Greek alphabet
Yeah.
with the Delta, the variant names." But
Speaking, you were saying like the year of our Lord. By the way, the Archdiocese has announced that for Our Lady of Camelin Day, of course,
Yeah.
on December 8th, our Blessed Mother will be
On
making
tour.
her tour around the island just like she did last year.
Wow.
And rosaries and masses leading up to that will start tomorrow night.
that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome.
It was amazing last year. Yeah.
Hopefully, this will be our last protocol-y holiday season, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it through this one. I know that from what I was reading, Bree, when I was gone, when the governor eased the restriction, she had said something like she wanted to do it slowly, but then, wow, they really opened things up pretty quick. The gathering limit went from, what was it? It was like 25 vax outdoor, 10 vax indoor, and now it's up to
10 indoor to 25 indoor, but mixed.
25 indoor,
Yeah,
and
I
then
think that's
something, yeah. Anyway, just be safe out there. Wash your hands, wear your mask.
But if you're a restaurant, you unvax have to eat outside. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is kind of weird.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was. I made dinner.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. I made a whole.
No, you never just make dinner. You
yeah, I
make
didn't. Okay,
dinner.
so I planned to make Thanksgiving dinner for a while, and it ended up happening. And it's always hard when you have like shared children. So, my little young guns had Thanksgiving dinner at Dad's house, but then my oldest boy went over to his girlfriend's family's house.
Yee.
And I know he a day. And then my oldest daughter is over in Germany, so she couldn't come. So I ended up making.
Does he already call them his in-laws? Does he do that like cute thing that everybody like tries to do like in high
No,
school?
no,
and
no.
then-
Right now it's still the GF's family.
Oh, okay.
That's cute.
Well, he is a very respectable
Yeah, he is.
young man.
Someone sent me a picture of him chasing flies at their table, so I was proud. I was like, you did me proud, son.
Okay, wait. Was he using bare hand or
The
was
plate,
he using
the
napkin
plate,
or was
the
he
plate,
using styrofoam
the plate.
plate?
So I ended up making
That's
a
pro
whole.
level.
I made like a whole Thanksgiving spread for like 4 people. It was funny. We did the turkey in the paper bag, and then I made the yams with the marshmallows.
Ooh.
I actually made that a few times Thanksgiving. A lot of people asked me to make that for them, so I made that, and then I made salmon and salad and mashed potatoes.
Wow.
Apparently, I made the best mashed potatoes of Thanksgiving, according to my daughter, which was funny. I'll tell you guys, I did a little switch because the red potatoes are supposed to be healthier. So this year I made the mashed potatoes with the red potatoes, and I didn't tell my kids, and they didn't even notice. They were just like, of course, it could have been the 2 sticks of butter that helped. Yeah. So how was you guys' Thanksgiving?
You know how I am with the holidays, but I just ordered food.
Bree and I are not like.
To say Brie goes all out is a massive understatement. This girl can cook.
Okay.
And
I
she
did
normally
not
does.
Cook.
You didn't
okay.
cook. All right.
Well, there's one thing that is completely inarguable, is what has 2 thumbs and does not cook? This guy.
That's right. Yeah.
I watched movies on Thanksgiving. I saw Spencer with Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, he messaged
Okay.
me to watch it, and I was like,
No,
lame.
wait, Tomas is here.
I
Tomas,
fell
please jump in.
asleep.
Okay, Tomas
Yeah,
Maglucky
this-
is here. I actually, okay.
Okay.
Now
Bye,
let me say,
Tomas.
I love the both of you dearly. You guys are like family to me, but I gotta say, both Bree and Tomas, you guys are out of your damn minds, all right?
No
Spencer
way,
was
dude.
a brilliant movie. It was beautifully shot. Kristen Stewart is probably gonna win Best Actor, and both of you. Okay, so let me bring this up.
Dude,
And
we need to do news.
I didn't miss.
okay?
I
So
didn't miss
I
this.
said, what do you guys think of it? Bree goes, this bleep is lame, and then Tomas said, I can't watch this anymore. Going to sleep. I can't take her basic acting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, let's just
Wow,
say that.
Jason, you're reading my private messages now? on here?
Exactly, right?
Yeah. Well, if we're doing that, I think we're all in trouble. But
Oof, oof,
But-
it
Well,
was-
I'll put it up against House of Gucci, Jason.
full disclosure, though, Jason is obsessed with because he just watched Twilight, so I'm pretty sure he fell in love with Kristen Stewart again, and then probably like Googled all her whole filmography.
I mean, guys, just know.
That's
just-
his impression.
Just know.
Okay, thank you, Jay. I missed you, bro.
Yeah. And
Right on.
I also watched The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
I missed you, bro.
I also watched The Eyes of Tammy Faye, that story about Tammy Faye Baker and Jim Baker,
Yeah,
which was amazing.
I didn't watch that yet. Is it
That
good?
was good. You'll like
I
that.
think we have an interview at 6:30.
We do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to work, guys. It's 6:30. We're brought to you by Pacific Points, Cavo Enterprises, ITN, and Jack in the Box. Let's go ahead and get into the news now.
Where do you go?
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
I'll do it.
Here with the very latest from the KUAM News team on a rainy back-to-school Monday, November 29th. From the KUAM News team again, good morning, Sabrina Salas-Mantonani.
Off it, everybody. GDOE welcomed some 26,000 students to all 41 public school campuses full-time today. Last week, the Guam Department of Education Board gave authorization for the return of the 5 days of in-person instruction for all GDOE students. It means that students from pre-kindergarten through 12th grade enrolled in the face-to-face model of learning this school year will be heading back to campuses today for a full week of school. As for the CNMI public school system, it revised its plans to welcome its 9,000 students back to school in person today. School reopening will be based on a COVID-19 screening and testing schedule instead. Schools that are not scheduled for screening testing today will continue with remote learning until their scheduled date. That is according to Commissioner of Education Eric Magofnia. According to their schedule, San Vicente Elementary School and Marianas High School in Saipan and Dr. Rita H. Enos Junior and Senior High School in Rota are scheduled for the first screening and testing today. Most schools would reopen for in-person learning by December 10th based on their schedule. Parents should register their students for the screening and testing at covidtesting.chcc.health. On Sunday, the Joint Information Center reported 14 people are now hospitalized for COVID, 4 receiving ICU level of care, 1 on a ventilator. Out of the 14 hospitalizations, 8 vaccinated, 6 unvaccinated. Public Health reported an additional 5 new cases out of 268 specimens analyzed on the 27th. Additional results from private clinics will be reported today. To date, there have been a total of 19,163 officially reported cases, 263 deaths, 1,737 cases are in isolation, and 17,163 have recovered. The CAR score is at 0.9. As of November 27th, a total of 125,283 of Guam's eligible population is fully vaccinated. Britain, Belgium, the Czech Republic, Germany, Italy, Israel, and Hong Kong, all with confirmed Omicron cases. On the African continent, in addition to South Africa, Botswana reported at least 4. Britain is reimposing mask mandates as Prime Minister Boris Johnson had this warning today. Deborah Pata is in Johannesburg, South Africa, where Omicron was discovered.
The discovery of the new variant has sent a chill across the globe, and scientists are understandably worried. Omicron has over 30 mutations, which could make it more transmissible and vaccine resistant. And many countries have rushed to slap travel bans against South Africa. But public experts like epidemiologist Professor Salim Abdul Karim warn that the virus is probably already in many countries.
Stopping travel from one country or even a small group of countries very soon becomes superfluous. It's really not the solution.
International travelers have been left stranded as the US joins countries in Europe and Asia in closing their doors to South Africa, suspending air links and hastily introducing new quarantine rules.
I have to quarantine in a hotel on my cost for 10 days. I don't have the money, I don't have the £2,000 to quarantine in the hotel.
It's another blow for South Africa's tourism industry, which has already been decimated by more than 18 months of the pandemic.
In a strongly worded statement, South Africa's foreign ministry criticized the travel bans, saying excellent signs should be applauded, not punished, and that the country was being penalized for its ability to detect variants quickly. Deborah Pata, CBS News, Johannesburg, South Africa.
And the National Weather Service issued a special weather statement for Guam, Rota, Tinian, and Saipan as they monitor a circulation, which is the subject of a tropical cyclone formation alert issued by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Hazardous sea conditions, hazardous surf, and a high risk of rip currents advisories are expected to last through Tuesday afternoon. Before conditions improve as the circulation moves farther into the Philippine Sea. Potential of 3 to 5 inches of rain is expected to fall over the Marianas through tomorrow night. However, locally higher amounts are possible. And with your news in tomorrow, here's Kin Conception.
Buenos updates to get some to be finod sa morgan ni KUAM News. Presenta ni Familian Mito gi First Hawaiian Bank. Gitalawan in Bednes, maaresta si Jayton John Pangilinan Tautau. I Detective Siha gin ni Criminal Investigation na Dibisyon ni GPD sa hakas mapatutuwi kausanya si Tautau. Pudlamigay siya ni Kinanta DC. Distisen MP2 estay manyaki siya na kausa. As kapati si Tautau polisiya para meses na tempo dagwa siya warrant ni manauhutang ni Superior Court of Guam. Sigon ni release si Detective siya gin ni CIS sa mamaagang ni patrol officers gin ni Central Precinct Command. Ani masoda si Tautau ni estabay galam kareta ni ma-report na masaki san bineno siya. Masaki put aggravated assault, guilt established by complicity, theft of a motor vehicle, conspiracy, robbery, kidnapping, theft by receiving, theft of property, carjacking, burglary to a vehicle, family violence, illegal possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, and warrants of arrest. Mabuk sa Tautau pas makandalo. Masasunto, Guam Community College sa maaatan para managwaha na di mandate binakuna para estudyante siya. Ang presidente ni GCC si Dr. Mary Okada asangan na kumapreba na mandate pas sumidong ni Nedden para empleyado. Ilang yan nagwahay Nedden para empleyado siya. Imapapraktiko pago sa empleyado siya debi di fan mabakuna pat sinofan mates kada semana. Kung ma-prebay mandate para estudyante sa matutunan ma-infet sa Hunyo na mes 2022 na sakan. Yuto mo na sunto para pago na Lunes gifinot sa moro ni KUAM News mapunta si Noel Enriquez ni U.S. Army para nuevo na civilian aid to the Secretary of the Army, PDCASA. Si Enriquez sa sumalo sa 8 pamalo ni manaswarian ni Secretary of the Army, Christine Warmoth, gi-Pentagon ginigi alatsa. Ilinga si Enriquez na senonra ST. Sanina humitigwi para maadzig para ST na sen posisyon na posisyon. No sinedigwi para kontinua sa bisyon niya para nasyon dan especialmente is latagwahan. Haatan mo na para ufatsotso dan para suporti sundalo siya sa pamilya niya ni manggagi Guam National Guard sa ni Army Reserve. Dan para zuday adzoy siya sundalo ni maadzig kitsetsu niya gi Army. Nagaduha si Enriquez, gimit 975 na sakan, gi U.S. Naval Academy, sa retirado dispersion tayo honors na servisyo, gi Rods Kapitan. Ikasa sa magigya mo na inafamalik entry Army sa ni publiko, sa naabibisi secretary po da sunto siya gi propio lugar niya na manggaygi. Para Guam News Network, Guaw Sikin Conception.
Yasuto ifinut sa moro sa presenta sa ninafatto ni Familiang Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
All right, everybody, we keep rolling here on the link. And now we go to the KOM News Zoom room where one of our dear friends, Dr. Anita Borja Enriquez, has been many things to our island community. She has been a professor, an administrator, a mentor for someone like me when I was a mere undergraduate and everything like that, like someone who guided me along my educational path, and now also a published author. So Anita, Hafa and happy holidays to yours. And I see you're flanked by two lovely members of our island community, and these are the plushies that go along with your new book, Nenny Girl. So congratulations on getting this this creative workout.
Thank you, Sudus Masi, Jason, and Banana Sudus to all of you. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, can we make the formal introductions of who the newest island residents are?
Yes, I have. I have two new additions to the island. I have here Nenny Girl Anna, and then I have Nenny Boy Juan with me, who are part of this new children's book that I had written to be an accompaniment in terms of the fond memories of my childhood and my siblings' childhood growing up in Agate or Hogget.
Now, what is the story about and everything? And obviously, if it's a children's book, it's meant to be shared between parents and their children, grandparents and their grandchildren, and everything like that. What's the premise of the story?
So the premise really is everything that was positive about growing up, with family, extended family members, and certainly some of the places that we would visit and certainly experience with others, surrounded by love. So there's a little bit of the heritage embedded in the stories. Obviously, there are a lot more details that are not captured in each of the different vignettes, but certainly enough there to sort of spark among those who are not necessarily from Agate or Hogget and say, we did that too. So that's the beauty of it, and including a young local artist like Sienna Yanger, among many artists who exist on this island, to me was very precious because she brought a lot of her certainly creativity with regard to what the experience may have looked like way back when.
So she was the illustrator behind the book, because of course, like a proper children's book and everything like that, it's not only the words and the ideas and the morals, it's also the imagery.
Right. And I have to say, Jason, that there are many, many very talented artists and illustrators on this island, as has been proven among published books, UOG Press from among them. So was thrilled to be able to pull in this particular type of talent through Sienna and one other artist in order to make this beautiful rendition possible.
Mm-hmm. How has the book, Anita, been received so far and everything? Because you're a fairly new grandmother, so have you beta tested it, for lack of a better term, on your little ones?
I have. I've actually watched other little ones enjoy the book. Those who have had an opportunity to get a hold of one of my Annas here and the book and carry them with them. So I do have photos of that. I've given the book to my 89-year-old Nina, our godmother, who lives in Santa Rita, who actually taught at Mount Carmel School as well as Agate Elementary School for many years. And so she just held on to both dolls, and I read the book to her, and she absolutely loved it. And one other colleague of mine, her, I think, 101-year-old or 99-year-old mother, she showed her the two plushies, and she immediately grabbed the Anna doll and slept with the Anna doll. So, between the ages of 4 years old and 101 years old, for the young and young at heart. So it's been beta tested. Of course, I've asked others to read the book. Every time I show just the image on my smartphone, folks would immediately want to reserve a copy. So I've had folks who've purchased 10 copies. I've asked someone who asked for 100 sets to set aside. Someone else wants to buy for 15 classrooms. And so this is what, without even promoting the book, it's just showing the image.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, if you want one more beta tester, Sabrina here is a agate or a Hoggett girl and everything like that. So she's certainly going to give it the thumbs up for historical and geographical accuracy.
Right, and I have to tell you that there were a bunch of former Nettie girls who actually grew up in Agate, and these are women in their 60s and 70s who actually rushed to pick up their copy of Nettie Girl from Agate, Guam. So that was thrilled to, I was thrilled to see that.
Now, real quick, because we know we want to let people make their purchases, secure their copies. It's the perfect holiday gift coming up. Now, you mentioned set, right? And the two plushies again that are flanking you, Juan and Anna, they're not just one of one, right? When you buy the set, you actually get the book plus the plushies, right?
They're sold individually. I've had folks who just wanted Anna and the book, and I've had others who just want Juan and the book. But there are a number of folks who've actually purchased the whole set. And so what we did was, if they purchased the whole set, we said, okay, here's a dust cover bag to go with the dolls and the books so that you can keep them protected. But we've already shipped them to folks in Maryland, California, as well as in Texas, and others keep coming in. So yesterday we had 7 new orders, and of course we haven't even really pushed it as much through social media. My fear is that we're just going to run out really quick. So we've only made so many dolls, and we've made so many books. So our goal is just to get them out as soon as we can.
Could I trouble you, Anita? Can you just hold Juan and Anna close to the camera? Because with Juan, I love that hat. That is such a wonderful Lanchero hat, and with Anna, the outfits are unbelievable. Look at that. You got the nice Zoris. He's got the long jam pants.
Right. So they have their signature Zoris. Unlike other plush dolls, the shoes are just painted on, the plushie themselves. But we have these Zoris, and they're really cute. What's really nice about Juan here is he also has his felt hair and his felt hat here.
Yeah, the hair looks fantastic.
Right. So I have to give credit to Kailani Lujan. She is another digital artist who is now teaching in Japan. But she basically, I sketched Juan for her, and she gave me the color scheme and the actual image that ultimately led to the production of Juan. And Anna is a different type of doll because she has beautiful silk yarn hair of a higher quality than what you normally see in plushies. She also has her Zoris, and we were very lucky to get the same kind of producer for the dolls.
Now you truly have captured Chamorro hair. That really looks like Chamorro hair. A little bit wavy, you know.
Looks like my granddaughter Audrey's hair. So there goes Juan, but very
Juan the Daredevil.
Right, as other people say, very cute, right? So.
Okay, well, Anita, we want to make sure that people can put their orders in. So as we let you go, can you let people know where the website is? Because I know you guys have a whole site that people can easily order these.
Right. So very simple. Just go to www.guam-treasures.com.
And it's a beautiful site, and it's a beautiful creation. And Doc, I've known you long enough and everything like that. I'm incredibly proud of you. Always in awe and everything like that. What a wonderful way to share in the holiday spirit, you know, with your creative side. So thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Jason.
All right, we'll catch up soon. Let us know how the sales are going.
Okay, we'll do.
All right, so that's Dr. Anita Borja Enriquez, everybody. Please check it out. Nenny Girl, the plushies. Come for the book, stay for the plushies. It's a wonderful holiday gift. And are we going to Tomas now?
First, I just wanted to make an announcement about the Guam
Energy
Energy Rental Assistance Program by the Department of Administration. That is going on. You can turn in application as we speak. Just go over to www.doa.guam.gov to complete the online tenant pre-qualification application web form or download a PDF form. Application forms are also available at the ERA office in the ITC building in Tamuning. For more information, and if you have any questions, you can call them Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Phone number is 671-638-4518 to 4519. The email is era@doa.guam.gov. And just a reminder that if you were determined ineligible, you can still, previously, you can apply again, especially if your financial status is changed or your housing becomes unstable. And again, for those of you who aren't familiar, the ERA program, it does provide financial assistance, rent for rent, arrears with rent, utilities, internet service, and moving expenses. Again, call 671-638-4518. This is the Guam Emergency Rental Assistance Program.
All right, let's head back into the KUAM News Link Zoom room where we're heading up to the CNMI, our regional correspondent for all things CNMI, standing by, of course, Tomas Manglotnia from the KUAM News team. Good morning, Tomas.
Good morning, Chris. Nice to see you again. Hi, Bree, Jason. Welcome back, Joe, sir, as well. We're joined now with Senator Jude Hofschneider, who's the Senate President, also representing Tinian. Senator Hofschneider, how are you this morning? Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Oh, Senator, I believe you're on mute there.
Okay, let's try this one more time. Good morning, Hofade, Tomas, and everybody else that's in this broadcast. Thanks for having me.
You know, when I was looking at hearing that interview about the book, I was thinking maybe you could write a song about it, Senator.
Certainly. Yeah, I was kind of listening to that too as well. It's pretty awesome stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we know. I know I enjoy your music, and we should get you on our local music mashup show.
Yeah, let's do it.
But you know, we wanted to bring you on to talk about several things. I know it's been a few months since at least we caught up, but just to get your reaction first to the spike in cases. We know that we're expected to hear more cases on the rise. The schools shifted their plans to reopen to be more school-based testing and screening. What's your reaction to that? And also, what are some Tinian residents, if they're concerned? I know at the Travel Summit, you asked a question, what does this mean for Rota and Tinian residents, given that there hasn't been reports of COVID there?
So thanks. Certainly we're slowly finding out that there's indeed a community spread based on the recent spike over the last few days. And I'm confident with the team, with the governor's task force, Dr. Esther Muñe and Warren Villagomez and Dr. Tudela for their leadership in terms of trying to, and other frontliners, of course, to try and get the true figures in terms of the new spread. I do. One thing for sure, it's a moving target, and that's the reason why I posted that question with regards to Tinian and Rhoda. What are we going to do? There's always that fear and anxiety in the communities to, when is this going to hit? And I'm certain that we will be posting that question again rather sooner than later as to how we're going to address those moving forward.
And what are your constituents telling you on Tinian? Are residents in Tinian concerned about this spread?
Yeah, they're concerned. There are some that ran into, and of course they don't want the spread to occur on Tinian, and that's the reason why they continuously asking for what check mechanism to and from, like for the daily flights coming to and from Saipan for us that are regulars, certainly a cause for concern for our residents here. But I also do want to keep encouraging our residents in the CNMI to get vaccinated. We're at the upper 80s or mid 80s, I believe, and it's the science has said that if we get vaccinated, we have more shield to counter this terrible virus that's wreaking havoc in the CNMI.
Yeah, we're definitely going to keep reporting on that. We're expecting another big case report coming today. And so for now, though, wishing everyone safe, and of course, hoping Tinian and Rhoda does not have that COVID spread. Are you, just one last thing on COVID-19 and the CNMI?
I just want to add, Thomas, I'm sorry to interject, but I do want to say that there's testing being done on both islands. So anyone that's would like to volunteer to go have tests to make sure, for the sake of comfort, that they're not a carrier, so they can actually go to the health clinics in the respective islands, and also there's numbers to call to register.
Right. Yes, and vaccination is also available at the health center, I believe.
That's correct.
And so I wanted to shift gears a little bit, Senator, and talk about some of the efforts that have been happening around also dealing with Rhoda and Tinian and what's being called decentralization. For those who might be hearing about this idea for the first time, do you mind explaining to us what this effort is that you're involved with?
Right. It's in the books, actually, and it's in the Constitution that the governor can divest administrative duties to the respective municipality mayors. However, because there are an increase in additional funds coming in for projects, for just the day-to-day government operation, I think it's a great time to. I feel that it's a great time to revisit that particular function of the governments to streamline the process for both islands, and also to remove some of the workloads that are being handled by the folks in the central government, and allow the respective mayors and their key staff and their line agencies to proceed on with the day-to-day operations with regards to government services.
And so were you able, I know the summit had to be rescheduled. What's the update on that?
We're looking at we're looking at new dates now. I had to make a call to cancel it because there was some unexpected occurrence in the legislative branch where I had to make an immediate postponement of it for the sake of safety of the residents.
And what are you hearing from all the other stakeholders in this? And also from the mayors of both islands and their respective representatives and senators. Is there buy-in? Yeah. Are you getting support?
Absolutely. The mayors primarily, they really appreciate the effort. I've actually partnered up with, it all started with the mayor of Tinian, and then I reached out to the mayor of Rhoda. And it's the right thing to do. There are projects here that are funded by whether ARPA or the CDBG-DR that are not necessarily linked to that project of Saipan. So in order for us to facilitate this and to get it to groundbreaking, I think it's a good thing, and we have capable staff on the respective senatorial district that can actually help maneuver this thing and get it from A to Z.
And Senator Hofschneider, one thing you told media was that it's about seamlessly carrying out the day-to-day operations. What does that look like in terms of decentralization? Is that logistical? Is that an appropriation type of power? What exactly does that look like?
Okay, let me just bring you back a few years when the cash flow was an issue. Obviously, the Secretary of Finance is the custodian for public funds. So naturally, even if there is a appropriation for the respective senatorial district, he or she has to look at the forest and make sure that manages the funds and make sure that the people get paid and the vendors get paid. But with this new infusion of cash flow, that's not been the case nowadays. So the seamlessly carrying out day-to-day, what I meant is if there is a specific amount of cash that can be transferred to the respective municipalities, whether it be the Department of Finance here in Rota or the municipal treasurers of respective islands, so that the mayors can carry on with the day-to-day services of our government here in the municipality.
All right. Well,
I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Yeah, and hopefully we'll be able to cover the decentralization summit once it happens.
I will certainly send you a link, and I want you to chime in. I would wish for you to just watch and discover the exchange, because that would be a perfect real-time discussion on the matter.
Yeah, and what are some of your colleagues on Saipan saying? Obviously, right, this is trying to move some focus off to the other islands. What are you hearing from your colleagues?
At least on the Senate side, the governor is actually very much open to this, and so as the Secretary of Finance, they're the key players with regards to this effort, and so as that's the financial part for the government, and we've also looking into the permitting side of things, the environmental permits, and at least on the Senate side, we've gotten support from the respective members of the Senate from Saipan.
And I wanted to shift to more matters on Tinian. We're hearing more from the CNMI Bureau of Military Affairs wanting to do more, tap into the military tourism market. Just generally in terms of development on Tinian, what are your comments on that? And is it something you're looking forward to? Is there anything you can share in terms of what's happening on Tinian with regards to the military?
Absolutely. As you've probably known, that the U.S. Air Force divert field, the construction of it has begun, and I think the very first contract that was issued just this month to begin a portion of the project. So it's segmented, and this is a start. So we're certainly excited, and we want to see the possibility of how the coexistence, we coexist with this development here, and how it benefits outside the fence, how it would benefit the local economy here. Primarily, the reason why and I certainly support the military partnership here is simply because of the possibility of having job opportunities for our locals. And again, when I say locals, it's not just Tinian folks. I'm talking about Rota and Saipan. If there's jobs here, and they can certainly apply. But the other thing is the business opportunities that stand to come out from this development. But it's starting to flow in. It's not something that it's going to happen overnight, but it's certainly looking that way. There are some legacy businesses that have actually established here on the island, and that's a representation of some confidence coming from that end.
And Senator Hofschneider, before we leave, I wanted to talk a bit of political news amid this election season. I can't let you go without asking, obviously, what your thoughts are on the upcoming election. You are a Republican yourself, and I believe the Senate is a majority Republican at the moment, right? Of the members.
That's correct.
And in the House, we're seeing some Republicans leave, and maybe a more independent and Democratic bloc take place. So, what's your reaction to all of this news? Obviously, it's an election season.
Yeah, I can't comment on the individual's member's choice to make that call, but I do want to say that there's still a lot of work to be done, and quite frankly, it's kind of it's being in the holiday season. We should come together and rid of this divisiveness just yet until in actual election season comes around. There are things that we need to deliver to the community, to the public, and it's the holiday season. It's a season of coming together as families, as units. So I want to leave it at that for now.
And speaking on the holiday seasons, that's also why one reason Governor Torres decided to release this video responding to the investigations. This has been happening in the House, right? Obviously, you're not in the House. You're the Senate President, but wanted to ask you just for your take on the investigations happening in the House.
I'll leave it at the House. No, but just to answer on a serious note, I'm sure they're doing their responsibility in terms of what they're trying to do, but because of it being just there, still in the House, I would rather not comment on the matter right now.
All right, Senator Hofschneider, that's all the questions I had. I always wanted to bring you on, and also the mayor, just to update folks on what's happening on our sister islands on Tinian. So is there anything else you'd like to share? I guess your holiday message maybe to the community before we let you go?
Yes, absolutely. I would like to wish everyone a safe holiday season, and whatever you do, enjoy your time, but practice the 3 W's. And stay safe on them.
All right, thank you so much again, Senator Jude Hofschneider from Tinian joining us, and we appreciate your time and your comments, Senator. Thank you so much always for your time.
Make it through the week with Monday's Work Week weather forecast.
This holiday season, we're once again bringing together the island's largest.
Join KUAM every Wednesday on Primetime for Inside Business. It's our new weekly segment featuring the struggle of Guam's businesses during this global pandemic. We'll hear from industry leaders about the difficult decisions they were forced to make to implement cutoffs, layoffs, and shorten hours just to survive. It's the other side effect of COVID, the island's economic crisis. We'll also feature new businesses that managed to open and thrive during these challenging times. It's Inside Business every Wednesday on KUAM News Primetime.
Get ready to run or ride to 22 with the Miles Challenge. Join the challenge from now till January 31st to rack up those miles on foot or by cycling. Runners can choose from 100, 200, and 300 miles. Cyclists 300, 600, and 900 miles. Go to mileschallenge.com to select your challenge and register today. The Run and Ride to 22 Challenge is brought to you by Uproar, Trench Challenge, Killcliff, and KUAM Communications. Donation proceeds to benefit the EMC Cancer Foundation. Guam is good.
We all know that a healthy lifestyle is important to prevent chronic diseases and long-term illnesses and boost mental health. It's difficult to determine exactly which healthy habits are worth investing in to live longer and healthier lives. But FHP is here to help. Tune into the link every Tuesday for FHP Hafa Health Tips, brought to you by Take Care. Helpful advice about healthy lifestyle choices that will have a big difference in your health from the medical experts at FHP Clinic. FHP Hafa Health Tips on the link every Tuesday is brought to you by Take Care.
Uno Mixed. We're mixing it up on the last Thursday of every month with a look at lifestyle, entertainment, food, and so much more on the stations, networks, and digital platforms of KUAM Communications.
Uno Mixed is presented to you by Docomo Pacific, Better Together, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
Catch Sports Link on the KUAM News Morning Show, The Link, every Friday for the latest sports news, game schedules, athlete profiles, and more. Sports Link airs every Friday across the multi-platforms of KUAM. Tune in to the broadcast on Breeze 93.9 FM, on KUAM TV 11, live stream through the KUAM News Facebook page, or view highlights on YouTube, KUAM News Facebook, and Instagram page. Sports Link is brought to you by Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape.
Let's get merry during the most wonderful time of the year by making spirits bright. KUAM Communications and Coast 360 want to highlight your decorations and lights by flooding the social media pages of KUAM with your videos and photos. Finish your holiday setup, snap a few shots or video of your delightful display, and send it to us through social media or email them to promotions@KUAM.com. Check out our posts every Friday or tune in to KUAM News Weekend Edition for a special montage of the submissions certain to be making spirits bright with every broadcast. Warmest holiday wishes from KUAM Communications and Coast 360 Federal Credit Union. Together, we thrive.
The KUAM Podcast Network is back and on demand, featuring a great variety of podcasts from our island and region, including culture, lifestyle, awareness, crime, politics, commentary, comedy, and entertainment. Available on most streaming platforms. The KUAM Podcast Network. Subscribe and listen now.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Got a question about your finances? You've come to the right place. Bring all your accounts together, even those that aren't with us, and see the big picture, right down to the smallest detail. Unlock powerful tools like Insights and Money Map that help you save time and take control of your finances. When you connect accounts with the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
Half a day. This is Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. If you're struggling to pay rent and utilities because of the pandemic, your government can help. Our Emergency Rental Assistance Program provides direct relief to you. To date, over $6.9 million has helped over 1,500 households.
Apply online at eoa.guam.gov or call the Department of Administration's Emergency Rental Assistance Program at 671-638-4518 or 19.
Yep, Christmas already. Wow. You know, I wasn't ready for Christmas. I didn't think we were going to have one.
Surprise.
I know, right? I told the kids, oh, there's no way. There's no way we're having a Christmas this year.
Dear Chris Barnett, there are now just 28 more shopping days for you to get your ass in gear.
That's it, pants it. But before we get onto the holiday season, we kind of officially started here at KUAM with a tradition we've been doing for many years now called Giving Tuesday.
Yes, and tomorrow is Giving Tuesday, and a part of the festivities tomorrow, we did this last year, so we're doing it again this year. We're having our toy drive and canned food drive. So it's a donation drive-through. So rain or shine, we're partnering with the Salvation Army here at our studios in Harmon. You can drop off your donation, your toys, your cans, canned goods between 8 a.m. to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What we're also doing as part of Giving Tuesdays, we're going to have a live broadcast beginning at 9 o'clock. We're going to switch on over to TV, but we'll still be here. We're going to be live streaming like we always do from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And so, as most of you know, during the Giving Tuesday, our team is just dispersed everywhere, including...
We are dispersed, yes, we are.
Yeah, deployed.
Yep, sent to the far corners of this island.
And you're actually going to be out in the field.
Yes, I am. I'm going to be out in the field down in Hoggett, Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel's been a big part of our Giving Tuesday every year, and I remember when we first started doing Giving Tuesday, it took a couple years for it to catch on, right? So we're always grateful for everyone who's been with us from the start. But I remember when I first reached out to Mount Carmel the first year, they were just so excited. By the time the second year came around, instead of me calling them, they were calling me like, hey, when is that Giving Tuesday thing? And so that's how it's kind of been every year is with all of our Giving Tuesday partners, they kind of reach out to us. I mean, sometimes as early as like summer.
And I remember Mount Carmel, it's not just that the entire student body and faculty and administration makes like a big donation, which they do, and they go above and beyond every year. They have a concert with the Phoenix Stage Band ready for you when you show up. I mean, all the kids get involved.
Don't forget the fried chicken.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they have...
I was debating, should I say anything about the fried chicken?
Their cafeteria is top notch.
Yeah, I took Bree with me one year, and I was like, Bree, get ready. We're going to eat the best fried chicken you ever ate. She's like, what? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. There's no way they're going to have fried chicken. I said, when you roll with me.
No,
yes.
remember that?
It was so good.
The three of us, Chris, Bree, and I went down to beautiful Hoggett, right, to Mount Carmel. Chris was driving the
van.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the radio station was. The I-94 at the time.
Yeah.
So we're driving down there. We made like 4 different stops because of Chris. Chris basically canvassed all the mom and pop stores. Who's got the best bruschetta? Who's got the best?
I made it a tour.
This is before we got to the fried chicken.
Yeah. So we're excited to head down to Mount Carmel and just really grateful for all of our Giving Tuesday partners, Bree. It's every year we do it big. Last year in the midst of the pandemic, it was no different, and we're back at it again tomorrow morning.
Yes, we are starting 9 a.m. is our show, but you can actually drop off your toy or your canned food goods starting at 8 a.m. So that's 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Just drive through, and one of us will greet you and maybe get you on the air.
I remember our very first Giving Tuesday because we had this big meeting about it, and it was all like something new to us, right? Marie, she was like, all right, guys, we're doing this and everything like that. Does anybody have any ideas of what we wanted to do? And I just kind of like sat, and everybody thought I was like spaced out and everything. I was like, guys, I would really, really love to give like blankets to the pediatric ward.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was my idea, like in the first year. But everybody like got on board. Like I went around and I tried to like easiest job I've ever had. Everyone was like, oh, that's what we're doing. Okay, here you go. And then Bree, actually, we went across the street, right, to Kinney's.
Mm-hmm.
And we bought 80 different blankets and everything like that for GRMC and for GMH for the children's ward. Bree took them all home and washed them thoroughly. How many loads of laundry did you do that year?
It was a lot.
And then we came back, and then Marie got these wonderful gift bags. We set it all up and everything like that, and then we delivered it. So even though it's not exactly the same thing because of restrictions and everything like that, like a KUM Care Force, like our commitment to helping people and just giving back to the community, that it's always so good to us, completely unwavering. I mean, this is our honor.
Yeah, and there's a big need, as always, but this year especially as we've got many people who are unemployed, who have come off of the PUA, who are a couple months into this era of uncertainty, if you will. And so Christmas, a lot of people, it's going to be, unfortunately, a sad Christmas. So any way that we can kind of brighten up, especially for the kids, we're going to do it.
I also want to say, our family member, Sean Gumatauta, long time KUM broadcaster, he's actually saying, remember how he and his wife's company, right, are partnering with Ture Cafe, and they're giving back to Guam's first responders. First responders who visit Ture Cafe in East Agana tomorrow get a coffee, smoothie, Italian soda, iced tea, or other coffee drink, and they're picking up the tab. Just for being a first responder.
Nice.
Very, very cool.
All right, so it's all going down tomorrow, Giving Tuesday. I mean, once it starts, it's just like running downhill. So be sure to tune in, watch. We'll be on KUAM TV, of course, on The Breeze and all over the link here Well, we're about to get into the weather, Jay. As there was a disturbance in the falls over the weekend, right?
Okay, and I'm a little bit nervous now because Landon Idlet's joining us in the Zoom room right now. And Landon, you're either wearing a sweater because it's raining so much or because you're just Yuletide like that.
Maybe they're having the ugly sweater party over there.
That's
Hey,
a
that's
nice
a nice
sweater. Do not hate on the
I
sweater.
didn't, you know. Good morning, Landon.
Okay, is that better?
There you go.
Ah, there you go.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season, bah humbug. Yeah, there's...
Okay, can we say bah humbug to whatever this weather system is, or should we be getting ready?
Yeah, I'd definitely say bah humbug to the weather. Let me see if you can see outside my window. It's sloppy out there.
Yeah.
The rain's coming down. Not so much a heavy downpour, but it's definitely a moderate rainfall right now pushing over the island. So that's one of the things that we're watching out for because we are in that wet, juicy pattern that we've been talking about for a while. And right now, some of the indications I'm seeing is not so much a heavy deluge of rain, but it's going to be wet through the day with locally heavy showers coming and going throughout the day. So that's one thing that we're watching out for. But let me turn you to my computer right quick and show you what we're looking at. This is at tropical disturbance. We were communicating heavily yesterday as this thing was evolving. This is a tropical disturbance invest area 93W by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. That was upgraded to a high possibility for development to a tropical depression or a tropical cyclone formation alert. The good news for us is that that thing passed south of us and it's now southwest of us moving into the Philippine Sea. So are we looking at a direct threat by a tropical depression or a tropical storm? We are not. That is not the case for us, but we are going to see the wet, windy weather through today and into tonight as the trade winds extending well to the north of that disturbance push through the Mariana Islands. And so I'm going to turn you over to our infrared satellite. We did have a Doppler radar that went down yesterday evening because of some mechanical issues, but there's Guam right there in the middle of the screen. I'm going to brighten this up. The blues and the greens, those are the colors that we want to look for heavy convection, showers, thunderstorms, heavy downpours, locally heavy rainfall. The purple colors, those are the warmer cloud tops, meaning they're lower in the atmosphere, not quite as deep with the heavy showers, the thunderstorms and stuff. So we're not seeing so much of that deep convection right over Guam, but there's a little plume coming up just west of Anderson Air Force Base. It's going to be going up into the Rota Channel this way. Once we see these deep plumes, that's when we know there's going to be the heavy rainfall potential with localized issues like ponding of water on the roads, runoff, and maybe some localized flash flooding. But right now, the possibility is on the low to medium side. So that's the good news. We are looking at about 3 to 5 inches of rainfall across Guam and the Sinai through Wednesday morning with the system. We've had around or just over an inch of rain since yesterday evening for Guam. The bigger picture, this is we're looking at. I'm going to just a little bit so you can keep an eye on Guam here. This is the larger system with that tropical disturbance center southwest of us, and I think y'all are still there. I just had a phone call come through. But this disturbance is centered somewhere on here. It's okay. It's very ragged. It's not very well developed, and that's to our advantage. But again, to the north, that's where all these trade winds are focused, and so that's what we're feeling across Guam, the Sinai, and Guam has been lucky with the rain, the winds so far, with the strongest winds now primarily over Saipan and Tinian, where they had a 48-mile-per-hour wind gust overnight at Wireless Ridge on Saipan. So they've had much stronger winds overnight there with lesser to us. So the yellows, those are 20 to 25 knot winds on the open water, and the reds are 25 to 30 and then 35 to 35 knots. And that's what they've been experiencing there in Saipan. So what does that mean for us locally? Well, hazardous seas and surf. That's what we're dealing with right now along north-facing reefs and east-facing reefs. So we're looking at 9 to 12-foot seas and surf along east-facing reefs. Wow. So do not go on the water. Like if you plan to hike or look at the waves at Paga Cave or Mabo Cave area, do not get on the reef. Do not get in the water because those waves will be pounding over there, and your chances of coming out in one piece are not that good. So stay out of the water. There's also a small craft advisory for hazardous seas and winds for small craft. And again, if you get caught in the rip current, standard rule of thumb, swim out of that current parallel to the shore and then come back over the reef. But when in doubt, don't go out in the first place. So stay out of the water. The tropical cyclone formation, this is the graphic from Joint Typhoon Warning Center. This is from last night with that disturbance southeast of Guam. It has now moved toward the west-northwest and is now south-southwest of Guam and still moving into the Philippine Sea. Still a disturbance, not yet a tropical depression, but we will likely see that develop as it moves farther into the Philippine Sea and stay in place somewhere to our west for a couple days. That could generate the monsoon over Palau and Yap with windy showers for much of the week from the west. And for us, we could see the hazardous seas and surf drop down just below hazardous levels of 9 feet, but keep pretty choppy out there, especially along west-facing reefs later in the week, depending on how things evolve. So this is what we're looking at least through Tuesday, as 93W stays in our vicinity the next couple days.
All right, so long story short, this thing does have a little bit of attitude right now, may get like a tad bit angrier and everything like that, but it is going to be well southwest of us. However, tomorrow's a big day for us because it's Giving Tuesday here, so we are going to basically be all over the island. And for everybody else who's going to be out there, please be very, very safe. And by all means, do not go in the water, because Landon was really making that point. The surf is going to get something nasty.
Yeah, keep a close watch on our weather forecast on our webpage, our Facebook page for the latest conditions. Today looks like it'll be the worst of it, and then gradually improving Tuesday and then on into Tuesday night, Wednesday.
All right, man. Well, hopefully conditions are going to improve, and maybe your Christmas hat is going to say "Joy to the World" instead of "Bah Humbug." We can all
get
hope.
on my motorcycle.
Yeah,
we can hope.
You know what? If you feel stressed out, you can put up yet another Christmas tree, and you can make it like an even 15 at that point.
You know, I need more lights in here. Really.
Oh, here we go.
I just can't get enough of it, and so I just don't have time at home to put up lights because I spend more time here. But you know, there's always time and place for more Christmas.
You are a very, very good GPA customer, I must say.
You know, my power bill actually drops at Christmas because all my lights are predominantly LEDs. So I actually
there you
save power.
Very nice. It's smart guy and responsible guy. So Landon, man, we wish you and your team happy holidays as always. And you know, if anything happens and everything like that, we'll touch base during the day.
Thank you very much. We'll be here.
All right. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. The show again brought to you by Pacific Points, Cabo Enterprises, ITNE, and Jack in the Box. The link continues next. Good morning.
Hafa-Day. This is Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. If you're struggling to pay rent and utilities because of the pandemic, your government can help. Our Emergency Rental Assistance Program provides direct relief to you. To date, over $6.9 million has helped over 1,500 households.
Apply online at eoa.guam.gov or call the Department of Administration's Emergency Rental Assistance Program at 671-638-4518 or 19.
Get the job done the right way by getting the right stuff at East West Rental Center. With years of experience helping builders, we definitely got what you need. Call 646-1463 or visit us in Upper Tumon. Open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore. Stop on by and visit our showroom today. We offer everyday low prices on all major outdoor power equipment like bush cutters, chainsaw, power washer, generators, and more. Need service, repair, maintenance? Well, check out Guam's best superstore only at Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape, located in Barragata along Army Drive between Submarina and Besta Market. Call 735-7446 for more information. Now shipping to surrounding islands. Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at ITNE, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at ITNE, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information. The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable as we share similar cultural traditions, history, and heritage. With generations of Filipinos calling Guam home, KUAM presents a monthly look at the capital city, featuring in-depth and engaging interviews on everything from medical tourism to new business and government leaders. Veteran newscaster Nestor Lecanto delivers Beyond Our Borders. This special program is brought to you by KFC.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland.
Welcome back to The Link, everybody. It is a dark, I want to say. That's Landon from the National Weather Service gave you all like the technical nitty-gritty and everything. I'm going to say it's dark, it's rainy, so please be safe when you're out on the roads, because we want to see you for Giving Tuesday. We want to interact with you, and we want to take care of our island community. And two organizations that are doing just that is an island tradition is the Toys for Tots program. We have here Phil Santos. Of course, he wears many, many hats in the private sector. He is a man who is concerned about his island community. He's a proud Guamanian. He's also won the KUAM charity golf tournament more times than I can even count. What do you feel? 3? No, you're at least 2, possibly 3, right?
Maybe 2. It's been a while, but I'm waiting for the next one.
So are we, man. When the world gets back to normal and everything like that, I'm gonna bring my camera out there and catch you on the fairway, man. Some of the best memories I've ever had.
Awesome.
All right, and joining us, a proud member of the United States Marine Corps Gunnery Sergeant Ruben Tan. The Marines have always made one of their many missions. Every Marine is a rifleman. They finish what they start, and they do it by the numbers and to perfection. Gunnery Sergeant Ruben Tan is here talking about what the Marines are doing to make sure that all island children have a happy, Merry Christmas. So, Gunny, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your service.
Oh, good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right. I'd like to start with you real quick, Gunny, because what does it mean, and we've had the privilege here of being able to interview so many Marines, like enlisted men and women, as well as officers about this. Toys for Tots, it's not just a detail, it's not like do something, clever over the holidays or, get an extra stripe or something like that. This really is a mission that you guys really do take to heart.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people join the military because they want to serve and do something that's greater than just themselves. And, the opportunity to participate in the Toys for Tots program and to, do everything to make sure that it's successful, it's really just, heartwarming, and it's good to see the community come together and just make this holiday season really special.
Mm-hmm. Now, of course, all Marines are nothing if not thoroughly trained and thoroughly prepared. So how do you guys get ready and, kind of like lay out your roadmap of how you want to make sure, getting the word out, collecting the toys, and then distributing them to needy kids on the island?
Yeah. So when it comes to the different businesses that we're going to reach out to and just have donation boxes at, we just have to make sure we have the supplies, the actual donation boxes. So we just work with our campaign and we just ensure that we have enough boxes for, all the businesses. And then the Guam Chamber, they've just been such a great help in providing, businesses that are already interested. They want boxes at their location. And, they're just really the people who are able to just help us out a lot for the Toys for Tots campaign.
All right. Well, perfect segue, because Mr. Santos, I'm sure, as a member of the Guam Chamber of Commerce and as a leader of that organization, you guys are probably busting apart at the seams, finding, so many organizations in our private sector who said, I want to help. I want to do whatever I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And this Toys for Tots program has been with us now for 12 years successfully, and every year it keeps growing. We've been able to get our members to join us and allow us to place boxes at their businesses to give the community the opportunity to donate toys at those place of businesses. So the community is great and have always been very giving. And as you know, with your also with your program tomorrow that kicks off is going to be great as well. And we share that common bond as well. So we're just another arm of this community giving program that you and the chamber and all the businesses that are participating are involved in.
Mm-hmm. And this isn't just like a local thing or at the village level and everything like that. Gunny, we're actually taking this regionally because the tradition of caring continues also up to our brothers and sisters in the CNMI.
That's correct. So last year, throughout the CNMI, we were able to, collect up to 3,400 toys. And then the Toys for Tots Foundation, they actually give us, money every year where we can go out to those communities, purchase toys there to help the economy and also help the children out there on the other islands.
Mm-hmm. And again, Gunny, you all took up arms in defense of our country and everything because you wanted to help those who can't help themselves. But I know every Marine I've ever talked to they said, some people have a direct connection to this program and they're like, hey, I grew up like in a really hard environment. My family didn't really have a lot and everything. I saw Marines do this for me, or it's, I don't want kids to go through what I went through and everything like that. This is another way that you guys are fighting for the little guy.
Absolutely. One of the big things that the Marine Corps does is, we work to develop those quality citizens so that, no one's going to stay in the military forever. And we just want to make sure that we're taking both care of our community and the service members as well.
Mm-hmm. Phil, what does it mean when you see, the impact that this, such a simple gesture, has on the direct recipients, so the children themselves, but also on their families. And like, Gunny just said, you instill in them that need for, I'm going to take care of my neighbor. It's the spirit who we are as Guamanians. It is literally inafamalik. What is the lasting impression of that impact on someone?
Yeah, absolutely. This past year, with COVID and all the different, things that we've all experienced as a community, a lot of people, they're not in a good place. And, the Toys for Tots program is really a way to just, help bring that Christmas spirit and just send a message of hope to those children that are less unfortunate.
Hmm. How about you, Phil? Like, what are you able to see in how that message, gets marshaled across and what it means for these children who would then grow up as, wanting to give back themselves?
Well, one of the things that we take away from this is the opportunity, as Gunny said, was the less fortunate folks that we can help provide that joy of the season and also be able to reach out to those less fortunate families and children who aren't able to let's say, provide them a doll or even sports equipment or even just a simple toy of a Mack truck or a bat or a ball or a basketball. This is just a link, if I may use that, to
Thank you.
Together with those families and those children. And every year during the distributions, the organizations like the Salvation Army and the Catholic Social Services and smaller organizations like Ali Shelter or the pediatric ward at GMH, the look on those children's faces, it's priceless. We should take pictures of these distributions so that you could see, the joy on their faces and, the opportunity for us to give back to the community, whether it be a 3-year-old child or a 17-year-old teenager, is immense. And so, like I mentioned earlier, the success of Toys for Tots has continued to grow every year, particularly up in the neighbor islands in CNMI and Tinian and so forth.
And the thing that's so amazing, Phil, is that, like that whole notion of, somebody, it's, that phrase that everybody said, especially over the last 20 months, this isn't a handout, it's a hand up. It's kind of unspoken and unwritten that when you extend this olive leaf to people that are going through some hard times, you don't necessarily say, okay, I'm doing this for you and now you have to pay it forward to somebody else. It's just, it's implicitly learned by them, and they said, wow, somebody helped me out. I already know that I have to help somebody else out. And that's a wonderful thing about our island.
Yeah, it's totally unconditional, and from businesses and people that donate, the feel goodness of that giving really goes a long way. And this is again another vehicle, if I can use that word, the link for Toys for Tots from the community to those people to give out their generosity.
All right, so Phil and Gunny, how can people, like, if people are inspired right now, they feel touched, and for many families out here, it's their family tradition to make sure that they can contribute. How can we donate toys so that they would be distributed to young people that need it?
Yeah, I'll start with it, and I'll let Gunny also participate in that answer as well. As the chamber, we have over 40 businesses that have received these Toys for Tot boxes that they're able to donate unwrapped new toys for the ages of Gunny, you can tell me, up to the ages of 17. I think it's 3, if I may be corrected, 3 to 17, and they can donate it at any of these businesses around the island that have these boxes. And then our good man, Gunny Sergeant Tan, will then, and his fellow Marines will go around to these businesses and collect them. In fact, he's already done a couple rounds for businesses whose boxes have been already filled and had to be supplied with the new Toys for Tots boxes. And then they're taken to a distribution center on Marine Corps base. And then at a certain time, I believe December 10th is the last day for collecting of toys. And then our Marines will then segregate toys and put them in a nice container, like a Matson container, which will be hauled to distribution, 2 major distribution sites on the 17th, number 1 to the Salvation Army, and then also to Catholic Social Services. And then additionally, we will deliver smaller batches to GMH Pediatric Ward and to places like Harvest House and or Elise Shelter, Varro, etc.
Outstanding.
Absolutely. So like Phil was saying, all the way, we have those newborns all the way to age 17. Typically that 14 to 17-year-old, age group is the one that is receiving less donations. So if you are inspired, you do want to donate, you want to participate in our program, that age group, art supplies, board games, sporting equipment, those are excellent type gifts for that age demographic. And let's say you're a business owner, you want to participate, you can reach out to the Guam Chamber, or you could reach out to Marine Corps Base Camp Blaz on Facebook, on Instagram. And those are ways you could just shoot us a message and just let us know, hey, I'm a business member, I would like to participate. And from there, we will go ahead and ensure that a donation box is dropped off at your location. Like Phil was saying, we're running this campaign all the way until December 10th. So that's the time frame you have to donate. And if you have a toy that you would like to donate that's new and unwrapped, you can once again go to that Facebook or Instagram page, and we have a list of businesses that you can go to, and we are everywhere on the island.
Absolutely.
Today, I'll be dropping off a box to Goodies Sporting Goods, Kmart, all the Pacific banks. Those have donation boxes in there, as well as KFC has them, such as the one across from GPO. So they're everywhere on the island.
So there is no reason why you can't give what you can and do your part as an islander to make sure we take care of each other. Okay, gentlemen, very well done by both of you. And before I let you go, Gunny, I just got to ask, we don't get this opportunity very often on this show, but this is the second time, actually, we've got a set of plushie dolls in the same show. We had a guest on earlier, and she designed plushie. Can I get you to hold those dolls up to the camera? Oh, there you go. Oh, look at Phil's got one too. Okay, we got We got little chamaritas. We got nennies and a Carabao. The holiday season is truly upon us. Plushie all the things. All right, so Phil from the Guam Chamber of Commerce with Phil and a water buffalo getting work done. So Phil, we will see you and your Carabao hopefully very, very soon out on the fairway. And Gunny, thank you for your service again, and please thank all of your brothers and sisters in arms for doing what you guys do for our island community. We really, really do appreciate it. So thank you both.
Oh, thank you for having us.
All right, and happy holidays, gentlemen.
Happy holidays.
All right, please stay tuned, everybody. The link will continue with more right after these.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Got a question about your finances? You've come to the right place. Bring all your accounts together, even those that aren't with us, and see the big picture, right down to the smallest detail. Unlock powerful tools like Insights and Money Map that help you save time and take control of your finances. When you connect accounts with the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
The Culture Club returns to KUM Digital and KUM News Weekend Edition, highlighting Guam's young artists, activists, and crafters as they work to protect, preserve, and promote our Tamoto culture. Watch this weekly feature on the digital platforms of KUM News Weekend Edition, brought to you by Hanum, the freshest bottled water made in Guam. Pacific Matters is a half-hour news, culture, and lifestyle show focused on issues that impact Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, and the larger Pacific region. Join Tomas Magonia every Monday to discuss politics, trends, and take a deep dive into the issues changing our island home, because what happens in the Pacific matters.
Get the job done the right way by getting the right stuff at East West Rental Center. With years of experience helping builders, we definitely got what you need. Call 646-1463 or visit us in Upper Tumon. Open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. See what's on TV tonight with schedules, network news and notes, local promotions and giveaways on KUAM Communications social media pages. Like and follow us on Facebook or Instagram now for all the latest and never miss out.
Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore. Stop on by and visit our showroom today. We offer everyday low prices on all major outdoor power equipment like bush cutter, chainsaw, power washer, generators, and more. Need service, repair, maintenance? Well, check out Guam's best superstore only at Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape, located in Barragata along Army Drive between Submarina and Besta Market. Call 735-7446 for more information. Now shipping to surrounding islands. Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
We know you're tired of hearing about COVID-19. Some of you are probably wondering whether this is ever going to end. However long it takes, we all have to do our part, including our children, to hold the line. You can protect yourself and your family by getting vaccinated.
And if you're already vaccinated, don't let your guard down because you can still give and get COVID-19. And if you're not vaccinated, remember that if you catch the virus, you could suffer more severe complications. At the end of the day, it's the choices we make to protect ourselves, our families, and our community that will control the spread.
We know it sounds repetitive at this point, but again, wash your hands, watch your distance, and wear your mask.
Together, we have to hold the line.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at IT&E, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at IT&E, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Let's get merry during the most wonderful time of the year by making spirits bright. KUAM Communications and Coast 360 want to highlight your decorations and lights by flooding the social media pages of KUAM with your videos and photos. Finish your holiday setup, snap a few shots or video of your delightful display, and send it to us through social media or email them to promotions@KUAM.com. Check out our posts every Friday or tune in to KUAM News Weekend Edition for a special montage of the submissions certain to be making spirits bright with every broadcast. Warmest holiday wishes from KUAM Communications and Coast 360 Federal Credit Union. Together, we thrive.
GU Self Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Fan mo tu manhengi fatai minagu fan mo tu kizabilen atani pagun rayang hetsia tangini ta adora tangini ta adora tangini ta adora si Jesus.
Right on 747. Giving Tuesday drops tomorrow. And from then on, I guess we're Christmasing hard. Did you guys get the memo?
Apparently you didn't.
I'm ready.
You just got it. Well, you just came back, so you got an excuse.
747. Joe Guam here. Fanmatu Manhengi. Saw him at Thanksgiving Mass at Cathedral.
Nice.
Nice, yeah.
Was he singing?
No, he was attending.
He was attending. Oh,
yeah.
Very nice.
748.
Cathedral has so much musical talent for the various masses that they do. You know, you've got my man Andre Artero and Senator Chris Duenas singing in the choir for the 9:30 mass. You've got former KUM reporter Peter Santos singing in the 11 o'clock mass.
Really? I never go to 11.
Yeah. So Pete's part of the 11 o'clock.
My mom says any mass after 7 a.m. is for young people. So I got to go to the early.
And I know somebody else we know. I believe they're part of the 6 a.m. mass. So
St. Francis though has a killer choir. So the choirs that I hear a lot about, of course, Mangilao, Sinonia, St. Jude, Cathedral, but St. Francis choir is sneaky good, man. They do this one. Have you ever heard that, Joe? I don't know if other choirs do it, where they do this like, Halle, halle, hallelujah, halle, halle, hallelujah.
They do that in
like
MTM, Joe?
They do it right, yeah. And then they end on that halle. Right.
Oh,
okay. Yeah,
you guys know our friend from UOG, Dr. John Rivera. He's part of he's the economist up there, and he does culture.
There's a business school, right?
Yeah, he sang at my cousin's wedding over at the other Jigo parish, Santa.
Yeah,
it's not Santa Teresita. That's Mangilao.
Agafaguma?
Yeah, in Agafaguma. He
Our Lady of Agafaguma.
Yeah. He sang at my cousin's wedding, and he is beautiful voice.
Wow.
He has a beautiful voice, and
there you go.
Yeah.
749. So I wonder if we're gonna get to use our beautiful voices this year.
Nice.
For caroling.
Well, you know how as part of Giving Tuesday, we usually go up to St. Dominic's, but because of COVID,
Right.
We
So
haven't
maybe-
been able to actually go in there and sing.
So maybe closer to Christmas we do something. I don't know. I want to do some singing this year. I want to do some singing this year, guys.
You can do it right here.
Yeah, I guess. Well, 749.
we should do it. We should do a caroling thing right here on the show.
Yeah, I'm down, dude. Let me know. You know what else is happening right now, guys? The Guam Emergency Rental Assistance Program. They're doing a little different this time around. Is they're definitely getting the word out here for the GARAP, as I like to call it.
The ERA.
The Emergency Rental Assistance Program. Now, I know that a lot of people have a lot of questions about this program. Bree, like, for example, the first question I had when I heard that they are rolling out this edition of it is, how long is this application process?
Well, Chris, the application review for pre-qualification may take up to 5 business days.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Then, Bree, when I apply for this, because I want to make it one trip, the price of gas up there, I need to know
Looks like an infomercial. Just
what kind of documents would I need, though, to apply?
Well, Chris, upon pre-qualification eligibility, required documents to submit are your 2020 tax documents, employer furlough letter, employer separation notice, verification of employment, photo ID, rental agreement, copies of utility bill, if applicable, and various release forms. Other documents may be requested as necessary.
Now, if I'm applying for rental assistance, Bree, what documents does my landlord need to provide?
Well, Chris, landlords are required to submit copies of a valid business license, W-9, vendor electronic funds transfer form, and ERA landlord verification form. Other documents may be requested as necessary.
Who needs Siri when we got Bree?
Now, Bree, I applied for this the first time around, but unfortunately, it was determined that I was ineligible. Does that mean that I can't or shouldn't apply this time around?
Well, Chris, yes. You are encouraged to reapply, particularly if your financial status is changed or your housing becomes unstable.
Good, I'm more broke now, so I should go apply. Okay, here's one, because I know it's not just for rental assistance. They also provide assistance for utilities. Well, funny thing, my utilities just got disconnected. Can you help?
Yes, Chris. If you meet all the criteria, we can assist with the rent arrears, utilities, and utilities arrears at your current location. Landlords who agree to participate in the ERA program also agree not to evict for up to 90 days. If your utility account is under someone else's name, the account holder will need to sign the utility release form. Or, if you are authorized person on the account, you may sign and indicate by checking the appropriate box.
Wow, thank you so much. Is there a website or a phone number that I can go to or call?
Well, I have the answer for that, and I'm doing it in my best Siri voice. Dear Chris, you can email ere@doa.guam.gov. If you would like more information, their office hours are in the second floor, Suite 219, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Thank you, guys. And we'll always have more info on the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. This just in, though, guys. This coming out from the National Weather Service in Tizan, Guam. Bree, did you get this? They just minutes ago.
Yes, I did.
Issued a flood advisory in effect for Guam. Practice caution in the heavy rain. Bree.
The National Weather Service in
Can you
Guam.
Can you do it in your regular?
All right, they issued an urban and small stream flood advisory. It's in effect until 10:30
No, do it in the
the
Siri
morning. Heavy rainfall is occurring. Up to 1/2 inch of rain has already fallen. Additional rainfall of up to 1.5 inches is expected. Some locations that will experience flooding in Dedado, Tamuning, Chico, Mangilao, Chalanpago, Ordat, Barragata, Jotnya, Hagatnya Heights, Sanderson, Talafofo, Mongmong Totumaiti, Sinahanya, Inaran, Asan, Maritzo, Pidi, Santa Rita, and Umatic.
Which is basically all of Guam.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So just be careful out there when you're driving on your way to work
Yeah.
or dropping your kids off to face-to-face instruction.
And remember, the obvious places are, that strip of road that Chris always gets, these stunning images of where, the cars literally have to cross the median and go to the other side, that strip down over like an Assen as you head towards Polaris.
Right.
Or from Polaris.
Yep.
Our friends down south, because the formation right now, which is still technically it's still a disturbance, like categorized that way by the NWS, but it's supposed to pass to the southwest of Guam.
So you're saying more wind and rain in the south?
Yeah.
Got it. Guys, so yeah, drive carefully. Pongo Bay, there has been some flooding there, but I know they cleared off that area, so I'm not sure how it's going to affect it this morning. But again, it is the return. That was fast. Return of face-to-face instruction. What did they meet like Friday? And it was like, hey, everybody, back to school Monday.
They met, was it Tuesday, Wednesday?
Oh, it's Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. And then
Okay.
Wednesday we were supposed to have the superintendent on the show,
Right.
right? But he wasn't available.
So the board just made and whose motion was that, Mrs. G?
Yeah, it was Mrs. G.
Okay, yeah. Mrs. G was like, hey, guys, got to go to school. I don't care anymore. No, you got to go to school. And so they, was it unanimous?
No. I believe Peter Alexis Ada and one other, I think Ron McNitch. I don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But I definitely
just
know it
wasn't
was
unanimous.
Peter Alexis Ada was against it. It may
Wow.
have been 2 or 3.
So what was he saying, though? Was it just basically, hey, this is like a little quick?
No, I didn't listen to the entire meeting. I know there was some discussion about the superintendent going off island. They were
Yeah.
like, no, you need to be here.
Yeah.
And so it was really just the timing. Should we start when he wanted to start on the 7th?
Because originally, I think that they had discussed like a phased-in approach, right? Where it was like they were going to start high school and then middle school and elementary, but they scrapped that, and now today everybody
went back.
And remember what John Fernandez, ironically, this is almost exactly to the day the situation we were in like last year, where John Fernandez was saying, he's like, okay, we've been meeting, we're past, the surge we were in last year. And he goes, I mean, technically we could go back to school, but if it's only for like 10 days and then everybody goes into like holiday break, we would just rather, start fresh in the spring semester.
And I think also GFD, I think it's Tim Fidenko, he was actually talking about why don't we start it in January to give it time for the pediatric vaccines for more of the younger kids.
That totally makes sense.
Right, to get vaccinated.
And look at what's happening in Saipan, though. I mean, they made their plans to return like on the 29th too, and Tomas was just talking about it earlier and everything, and now they're having a pretty big outbreak, and that obviously they don't want that to happen too, because you get all those logistical ducks in a row and you get the momentum and everything like that, and then knock on wood, something
but
happens.
then again, it is a completely different situation in Saipan versus what's happening here on Guam right now.
I mean, or is it though? Because
Saipan's having a surge.
No, yeah, totally. Right. But I mean, again, here we're trying to get these boosters out. We're trying to get the pediatric vaccines, and every time we come out of these surges, every time the last few times, they always say, well, let's not rush back into it. And then what ends up happening is it turns out that, we might have rushed back into it and caused another surge. So it totally would have been prudent to wait until January. Yeah, you're right, to allow more of this messaging to go out about the booster shot, which is eligible for everybody, about the pediatric vaccines. I know a lot of parents are, they're still on the fence about giving the kids the vax. So, I mean, to create an environment at the school where you have more vaccinated kids, if that's what the parents want to do, then it only seems ideal to wait a little longer. But I get it. I get that, GDOE looks around and sees maybe other schools are doing it, and these board members just want to get the kids back in school.
Right, because of the learning loss.
Right,
that's
happening. But then again, I just feel like we always have this conversation where it ends up like, did we open up too fast? Did we move things back to normal too quickly? And then the last few surges, the answer has always been yes. So anyway, but it is what it is. Are we still saying that?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a couple things I saw that happened while I was on.
You got a month and a couple more days to say that. It's going to be a 2021 thing.
I have a feeling 2022 is going to bring more of that. There was a bunch of stuff that happened while I was out that we're going to talk about, but I wanted to talk about the vaccines, Jay. If people want to go get the vaccine or the boost.
Yeah, so the booster, of course, is available right now. So for kids all the way down to the little ones, so 5 years old and up, if you would like to get first and second doses, as well as kids vaccinations, Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 10 to 6 over at the Northern Region Community Center up in beautiful Dededo, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. also in Dededo. You can get your first or second dose if you are an adult, and kids vaccinations also available down in Inalahan. The vaccines are being given Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 10 in the morning till 6 in the evening, and Saturdays, 9 to 12. And of course, over at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse in the central village of Minilao, every day except Thursdays and Sundays, 11 in the morning until 5 p.m. Okay, here's the thing you need to know. If you want to make an appointment for you and your family to go to UOG, it's tinyurl.com/VAXGuam. And if you want to make an appointment to be seen at the Public Health Center in Dededo or in Alahan, it's tinyurl.com/COVID-stops-with-me. Please get the vaccines. Dr. Peter Lombard was on last week. He said the proof right now is incontrovertible. It is working, and the more people that do this, the better our community is. So thank you from all of us here at the Link.
Right, and then our friend Dr. Hulla just sent me over a little notice. They're doing another Vax clinic over at Father Duenas, December 11th. This will go from 4 to 7 in the afternoon. The vaccine's being offered. Pfizer and Moderna boosters available.
So that's going to be next Saturday.
Right. Yeah,
and the first one apparently was very, very successful.
I know it was kind of quick, but did you guys have that talk with your kids about, hey, you're going back to face-to-face, be careful? Because I got the call from my two young guns that go over at DLP this morning, and they were saying, my little girl was like, they're making us go back to school with everyone. So I just had that talk, like, don't be touching stuff. Your boy's a little bit older, but my two young ones, man, they're just still in that habit of touching stuff, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we had to have the don't touch stuff talk here, because it's going to be definitely a crowd of the schools. Godspeed and God bless, you know what I mean? I know they take it serious, and here we are, back to school. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Viva Santa Maria and Catalan. Again.
All in one.
Yeah, again, if you missed it earlier, we were saying that the Archdiocese over the weekend did announce that in celebration of Santa Maria and Catalan Day on December 8th, our island's Blessed Mother will be making her tour of the island. So representatives from the church will be bringing the statue of Santa Maria and Catalan around to the various villages around the island. They want to make sure that everybody stays safe. So if you knew what happened last year and you saw just the amazing outpouring of emotion as our Blessed Mother made her way through, I know Joser, works at a MTM parish and everything like that. That unbelievable to see the villagers line the streets and everything like that, and just overcome with joy just to see her pass by. We also saw, because the Archdiocese did a fantastic job. Shout out to Jacob and the AV team over there. They do wonderful jobs with their Facebook live stream as she made her way towards the ER entrance at GMH.
Mhm.
You just saw so many of the nurses come out and everything like that. And, I mean, they were all masked up, and the camera was obviously far away. You could see them crying. I mean, it had such a huge emotional response in them. They were inspired. They were just filled with the Spirit, and they were like, there is the symbol of our faith on the island coming to see me. So I could still see her, and I could still rejoice.
I think they should keep doing it. I think it's a great a blessing that came out of this pandemic was taking Santa Maria Kamalen around. I mean, it really resonated. People love to see her in their neck of the jungle, and I think they should. I mean, if we're going to go back to normal, whatever next year, they should do the procession, but they should also still allow her to get out, take her around the island, take her down south, get her some of the pickled goods, let her see this beautiful island she's protecting.
So the two questions that I saw like on Twitter that are bubbling up the most right now is people are saying, okay, when are the masses? So the masses actually start tomorrow night leading up to December 8th, when she will make her way around. And also the other thing, as for the actual route, when Santa Maria and Kamalen will go around, they haven't publicized that yet, but as soon as they do, we're going to let you know, because, last year they had this whole chart and we said, okay, Mighty, she's coming to you, and then everybody just thought, okay, then she's going to go to again. Then they went to Barragata.
Right.
So we'll let you know exactly what the route is.
Tato 3, we're KUAM FM. I got Guam on the Breeze 93.9. We're going to stick with Facebook Live. We're not going on KUAM TV today because sports.
Football.
So that's happening. So we're going to stick around here on our Facebook Live. Of course, catch us on the Breeze and also streaming at KUAM.com. There's an interesting video that we were able to obtain a couple of weeks ago, Sabrina. And
Right.
this is go ahead, yeah. So I got it from a concerned citizen who had shot this video of what appears to be USDA personnel going around. Was it Summer Palace?
Yeah, just right around. Right up the street.
That's right up there.
Yeah.
That's why it looks familiar.
And you guys actually told me to. There's no sound on this, so we may have to talk over this just to kind of
Yeah, so
explain
we're
what's
going to
going on.
pop this up on, I'm going to play it on the radio, but you're not going to notice because, like Jay said, there's no sound. But just to kind of walk you through it, as there was some USDA personnel who were going around Summer Palace with what we later found to be an air rifle, and they were... A pneumatic rifle. They were killing birds. And so a concerned
I
citizen...
believe that the term that they were using is that they were controlling the feral birds, because they just don't want to say, we're going out. And,
Well, I don't work for USDA, so I'll just say
And-
they were killing the birds.
Yeah. Well, also they're clearly marked, and what you see like right now on your screen is there is a USDA gentleman. Is that Aaron himself, Bree?
No, that's
No.
not.
Okay, sorry.
And so what had happened was there was a concerned resident of Summer Palace who had seen these guys going around with the gun and had shot the video and even confronted this USDA staffer about whether or not that was safe to do in a residential area. And the individual gave me the video. He did say that, he thought it might have been a pellet gun, but he still did have reservations about them kind of going around with a firearm and shooting it during a time when he said, hey, a lot of kids are coming home from school. So
Possible ricochets or
Right.
buckshot.
Right. So we spoke with Aaron Collins. He's the state director over at the U.S. Department of Agriculture about this video and what exactly were they doing and why were they doing it. And so he kind of breaks down this program that they actually do have at the U.S. Department of Agriculture related to feral birds.
Meaning, can you be specific? Feral-
He explains.
Okay, so
he-
we do
he-
it. We do have the interview.
They're nuisance.
Right.
Control.
And I think it's a combination of pigeons and chickens,
Yeah.
maybe. But it was funny because when I got this video and I kind of sent it around, I was just asking some people about what USDA does on Guam, what they do in terms of, culling, whether it be stray dogs or snakes or whatever, and pigs. People weren't really clear on their procedures and what they do, what they don't do, and the video raised a lot of eyebrows. But I'm glad you're able to get Mr. Collins on to kind of clarify things.
Yeah.
And so we're going to play this interview now. Again, it's the state control officer.
I believe he's the state director. He has a really long title.
Right. But he is with the U.S. Department of
Agriculture.
That's right. Aaron Collins here, interviewed by KUAM News' Sabrina Salas Mantanani, right here on the link.
Talk with me today. I'm sure you saw that video that was sent to you regarding concerns from a resident in the Town Summer Palace housing area. But first, I just wanted to start with what kind of programs do you guys do to, I guess, eliminate feral birds?
Yeah, so we do have what would be called invasive or feral bird damage management program. Essentially, we deal with nuisance birds. We're a fee-for-service arm. We're a little different than the rest of the government, where people are used to taxpayer dollars funding certain actions. We actually enter what we call cooperative service agreements with private entities, federal government, state or territorial governments to conduct wildlife damage work. In this case, this is nuisance bird damage reduction, or with some removals of individuals. So we do this nuisance bird work. Often it's sparrows, your Asian sparrows, feral pigeons, feral chickens is becoming quite a big problem for people who don't appreciate all the roosters at 4 to 5 in the morning. So we get requests from sometimes it's landowners, sometimes condo owners, businesses as well. We've conducted nuisance bird work for businesses where they're causing a lot of damage to their buildings, because these birds, while seems kind of odd that someone's having a lot of problems with these birds, bird droppings are very acidic, so they do a lot of damage to people's paint jobs on their cars, the expensive repainting of a condo or a housing development area. So we've had some previous cooperators who spent $20,000 repainting an entire condo or apartment complex, and inside of a year the paint has been ruined, because it's not just that it's a stain, it eats away the paint. And then of course there's the noise, they carry salmonella. So there's a lot of reasons that these type of birds are not appreciated at these complexes. So a homeowner may approach landowner, apartment association, condo association. Someone will get in touch with us and request we come out and we do basically a site visit. So we assess the problem and present them with various options from. They could purchase and put down bird spike strips and eaves that they may be collecting birds to try to get them to leave. We offer them things about habitat modification. Maybe they have a bunch of landscaping that they really isn't decorative landscaping, but is attracting birds. So maybe they can modify the habitat. And of course, we also offer the option that we can do various types of removal work to reduce the population of birds at their area. So we offer them a suite of damage control options that we call integrated wildlife damage management. We offer cultural changes, like maybe identifying people who feed the birds, looking for potential habitat or landscape building modifications you can make to make it less attractive. And of course you can also then remove members from the population to reduce just the numbers of birds in the area. So we use that integrated approach with each cooperator based on what our specialists see at the area.
And when you say nuisance removal, does that include, I guess, extermination or the use of firearms?
What it does is it can be translocation, but that's not very common, especially with nuisance birds. Translocating animals is usually a frowned upon practice, not just with us, but even with conservation groups. You're usually moving the problem around, or in the case often translocated or transplanted animals fare worse off. They die just because they're being moved. So for removals, that does mean humane euthanasia through a suite of different means, depending on if you're doing live trapping or if you're doing removals with pneumatics, is what we use for urban avian nuisance removals is pneumatics, i.e. most people think of them as like pellet rifles.
So in the video that you, I believe it was sent to you as well.
Yeah, I saw it before. I got sent it by somebody else before you reached out to me because my supervisor is the one on film.
I see. So what exactly was he using?
That was a 22 caliber pneumatic rifle, a pellet rifle.
Mm-hmm. And so from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, so the U.S. Department of Agriculture has a contract with that particular homeowners association.
I believe it's a condo board. I think they're a condominium complex. So we do have an agreement with them that spans an entire year, where we come in several times a month. Or we may come in more often in the start than less frequently, because part of removing these animals beyond just reducing the numbers, it dissuades others from coming back. So you start to teach them avoidance. So they might stay in forested areas elsewhere off properties. So it's a certain amount of visits over a year in order to reduce the amount of birds present on the site. We also beyond just doing those removals, we also do site visits where we can, of course, as we see changes, we can offer, like I said, cultural or habitat modification options to improve the length of time they will not be seeing damage, because sometimes birds will try to return.
And so for this particular incident, because this is the video that we have, how long does the USDA have this contract in place with this community?
We signed the contract in September, and then it did not. The field work didn't start until that month. So that would have been early November. The field work started. We had to wait for the checks to get into the account so that we had the money in order to pay the individuals to do the field work.
And I'm sorry. How much is the contract?
Should be I have to look it up. It's about right around $9,000 for the year.
And so I guess it just started because it is November now, closer to December. So how I guess you mentioned earlier about there's other sort of techniques that you guys use prior to shooting the pellets. Did you guys do any other work prior to that?
We've worked in Summer Palace a couple other times over the years. And their request for this time, because we've used spike strips or worked with them for spike strips, things like this, they requested that we do some removals because the problem had gotten to where they wanted a reduction in numbers. So we've worked with them in the past and done a suite of different techniques. So they're actually a cooperative we've worked with in the past. So they were requesting us to come back.
So how many birds have you guys removed so far? Or
so far we've only done the first site visit from the video. The first field work was in that video, and we removed 22 chickens and 24 pigeons.
That's quite a lot. So what do you say though to that one owner, that resident, and I don't know if you've gotten any other concerns from other residents that aren't concerned about the safety of families, children in the area while this work is being performed? Are they warned?
So we have very stringent safety protocols put in place. So first thing is we only use pneumatics because they're smaller caliber,
and we can
adjust what they call the feet per second from the barrels, the amount of energy.
So
we can dial that down on these air rifles, and we do. So that way you reduce ricochet because it's a small light pellet, so it's more likely to deform after it strikes an object, as opposed to when people think of firearm as opposed to an automatic. There's often the concern of where the round may go. So that's why we use pneumatics. There's also all homeowners or condo owners or apartment residents are always contacted ahead of time. That's done by the condo association, and we were told that had been done. There's usually the condo or apartments. They also post signs in the area letting them know this is the date for these activities. Part of the reason too, you want to make sure that people will close their typhoon shutters that night, because otherwise the animals will roost in there, and we're not going to shoot into windows. So we ask people to shut shutters. On top of that too, we only take, this is our entire policy throughout USDA when using pneumatics or firearms. We only take the shots with 100% target identification. You have to know that is the animal that you are actively trying to remove, but you have to then have the awareness of where the round will go, so what's behind you and what's around you. We only use firearms when there is a solid backdrop. The idea being the side of the wall or the side of the complex, so that round, which has the pressure reduced, we know it'll strike that surface, and it's not going to go further down the complex or anywhere else. So our people make sure. So there's birds we don't target because there's not a backdrop. They may be what we call skylit, so they're sitting on top of a roof fixture. On the tops of the roof. So you don't want to shoot there because the pellet could travel. You don't know where it's going to land. So it's very important. All our people get continuous annual training on top of range times for any and all firearms they use. So they don't just train on one. They train on whatever firearms or pneumatics they would use in their day-to-day duty, and they have to be certified on those firearms and pneumatics. So they have to show they have the appropriate safety, but also accuracy. So that everyone there is very trained in both target, backdrops, and keeping the area safe and clear. So you can't really see it in the video, but there were two individuals there. The supervisor was there because they always come on the first couple visits just to help with anything, troubleshoot any issues, but they come in pairs. Only one of them's the shooter or the person doing the active removal. And the other individual then acts as the one that makes sure that the surrounding area is clear. So that it's not just one person who might be focused on the animal in question or the animals in question. There's an independent person whose job is strictly to make sure that where the activity is taken, there's not pets, people, or anyone entering the area. So often animals, if they can be like chickens, will be corralled into the cul-de-sac areas where there's the buildings and the walls, so that way you've got nowhere for you've got the solid backdrop, and you're away from where anyone could enter the area. And if people do enter the area, you stop work. We move on somewhere else. The animal is not the priority. Safety is the priority, and it's also the reason that when we do jobs like this, we will do them at night. So this was right at the end of the session for active removal. So we usually start 2 or 3 in the morning. You should go till about 5 or 6, because that way you can target roosting pigeons and then the chickens when they become active. If we're just doing something like pigeons or sparrows where they roost and sleep at night, we often would do it then from maybe 11 p.m. to 2 or 3 in the morning. But with chickens, you want to have a little daytime, because that's when they're active.
So is that the only time that you guys were out there, the one that was on the video, or have you guys gone out?
That was our first time, and I'd have to check. My supervisor is elsewhere right now doing some other work. But we were set to do it every 2 weeks, so they probably either did it last week or they're doing it this week. They're doing one night visit every other week. Right now, that's what's planned. So there should have been another operation center.
What's the duration of this particular contract?
1 year.
Oh, 1 year. Oh, 1 year. Okay. And so do you guys have any other contracts like this, this feral bird removal?
Yes.
In other,
Yeah,
in other,
well, it depends. We do a lot of removals for the airport, both for safety of the flying public, where we're worried about bird strikes. Everyone remembers the Miracle on the Hudson. That was a bird strike of an aircraft. So we do invasive bird management and native birds, but there's not as many of those in Guam anymore, unfortunately, courtesy of the brown tree snake. But we do hazing and some removals out on the airport. We also remove nuisance birds for the airport. They have areas where the terminals and the public areas are being similarly made unacceptably dirty and kind of paint jobs are being corroded and things like that. So we do some of that for the airport. We also do some work for some businesses where they're the landowner or the tenant. The landowner is making requests for that for their tenants. So commercial areas, we have some of those contracts. And then we over the course of every year, we get one or two of these types of contracts with a homeowners association, a condo complex, or maybe an apartment complex, one or two a year. Often they may just be a couple visits. Some people just want one or two visits. We'll give them kind of a site assessment, let them know what their options are. And we may just do one or two visits because they just want something real quick. Or in this case, like they may have an annual contract with us in order to have a more sustained program and allow for more specialist visits. They can also go there. Of course, they're assessing the site, so they can give them more recommendations for things like, hey, you've got dead trees over here that are really collecting chickens. They like to roost there. So maybe you get your landscapers to remove that. It's one less roost. Things like that.
And so you mentioned that this isn't the first time you guys have worked with this particular condominium community. And the contracts, did you guys use the pneumatics?
Yep. That's our policy. We always use pneumatics because we have much less risk to any and everyone involved, because, like I said, we can adjust the pressure on the pellet to reduce the risks of ricochet, and it also follows all Guam codes for firearms, because pneumatics are not considered firearms by Guam. We consider them as Wildlife Services. We treat them like firearms because anything that produces a projectile, we treat with that same level of respect and safety. So we treat them in the same fashion. Like I said, people have to do certifications for both range accuracy and safe handling. And so, pneumatics are what we use exclusively for these removals. When you're not talking about doing something like live traps or setting up mist nets or other things. If it's going to be a removal that's using any sort of tool like a firearm or pneumatic, we're going to use a pneumatic. We don't use firearms in urban areas.
The pneumatics, when you guys deploy those, is it a situation where the other techniques wouldn't work? I mean, has it gotten to the point at that particular condo community that they're just overrun with these chickens and these pigeons? And
we've done trapping for them before. Often trapping can be quite helpful. It's often more out of the public site, which is often why we prefer it ourselves as well, some live trapping. And the birds can be taken off site and euthanized. But the condo association had requested that we use active removal over trapping, just because they needed, it takes a bit more labor to do these active removals with pneumatics, but you can more drastically reduce the population. Trapping, you'll keep removing individuals from the population, you're trapping them, but it's not often as large a decline. So they wanted to really start removing these animals at a larger rate. and at a higher rate so they could get some remediation because they've been seeing a lot of damage to their property from all the droppings. They've been getting a lot of complaints from people about the chickens that our specialists went out there, and we all live in Guam. I've got a bunch of chickens in my area, but they were even impressed with the amount of noise that was going on at Summer Palace. So I guess they've either got a really noisy lot or they've got a lot of chickens.
And what do you guys do with the chickens and the birds when you kill them?
Well, after they're euthanized, they are taken to the landfill for disposal.
All right.
I guess
we dispose of everything by whatever the county, state, territorial laws are. So we dispose of them in the general waste landfill, which is where animals can be disposed of.
I guess any final comments, anything to residents like the one who shot the video that wasn't apparently wasn't aware and was concerned about safety.
Well, we try to be very open and discuss what we're doing with anybody, because we also have people who don't like what we're doing because they don't like removing animals. People are not always a fan of that aspect of our job, but it's only a small aspect of our job. And we try to keep it to what's an acceptable amount, because it also acts as our deterrence. You're not removing every member, because you're also teaching the rest of the flocks that they should find somewhere else to be. So we encounter both sides. People are concerned with safety, and we try to explain it to them. My supervisor was trying to explain it to him before a lot of the video was going, so that was kind of after a discussion. The gentleman was quite upset, and he was convinced. I think he thought we were using firearms, like perhaps 22 rifles or something else like that, as opposed to pneumatics, where we were adjusting the pressure in order to reduce any risk of ricochet. We did try to discuss with him, as we do with anyone who has safety concerns. And as always, we move on. The end of that video was a chicken in the scene, and our supervisor said, "Everyone leave." If the public has an issue, it's easier for us just to stay away from it. And so that's what we did. And so we left that area and continued doing some work elsewhere in the condo association properties.
I really appreciate coming on, Aaron, and letting us know what was going on with that video and explaining.
No problem. And honestly, we are more than willing to discuss things with anyone. What we do, we find, is very important. We're not just brown tree snakes and feral swine, which I know QUAM has done quite a few stories on that. We deal with anyone who's any nuisance problems, and we like to be open about this, because that way, if other people are having issues, we can assist them. That's our job in wildlife services, is to help people who are having issues.
All right, that was a very insightful interview there by KUAM News's very own Sabrina Salas-Mantanani. I didn't know they'd do that kind of thing.
I didn't either.
I thought they'd inspect meat and they kill the pigs.
They control brown tree snakes.
They do.
Also, with the feral pigs, they provide input. I know I've gone to Mayor's Council of Guam meetings, pre-COVID actually, and we were talking about the feral pig program.
So can you, because I know we were talking offline, but so they will show up and they'll kill your chickens for you? Is that what?
No, well, they do have contracts, and they work with original landowners, private companies, and like homeowners association, condominium HOAs, right? And they contract them. Oh. And so in this case, that's what they did with the Summer Palace. And as he explained, it wasn't the first time they've done this for them. Right. They've actually done this previously, but they go out there, they do an assessment. They can recommend those spikes that you've seen. Have you ever seen those spikes where they put them up? No, maybe not. Okay.
What's the spikes?
It's like these spikes where they're known, birds to nest. Okay, well, maybe you haven't seen. I've seen them like I've seen them at like the district court.
What do? They eat the spikes, or they just they can't land?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, and what?
Because if their mission is to eradicate the stray chickens on Guam, I mean, well, good luck with that.
And what is the danger specifically of feral chickens?
Well, as he explained, the acidity
I'm sorry.
in their feces, in their waste.
What does
it
what?
could ruin the paint on the cars, on the houses. They've had to go out and they've had to repaint. Well, not them, but these businesses have had to hire people to come back out and paint their businesses and
Because of Takimono. That's it. There
and
you
not
go.
just the chickens and the pigeons as well.
The pigeons, and then did he say sparrows?
Yeah, but I don't think.
But not the chicharikas, right?
Asians-
They're not eradicating the chicharikas, right?
No, no.
That's where I draw the line.
Can I say the line?
Yeah.
Man, that's a foul problem.
That is. I tell you what, man.
It takes me back to that one story about the guy that used the adobo.
Yeah.
And he mixed it with the.
He mixed the poison with the
the
adobo
rat?
juice and the
Yeah.
rice, and then he
spread it out.
killed some birds. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're USDA, we don't say kill.
But again,
what, what do you
because-
say? Eradicate? What? I felt like you guys were trying to use every word but kill.
Did I say?
You make them go
exterminate?
night-night. You make the little chickens go night-night.
But because they're feral, does that imply that
What,
like,
what does that even mean? I feel like all chickens are feral.
no,
They're
but I mean,
chickens.
does that imply that they're maybe like a little bit more aggressive, or you know, like if they're young kids, that, like they you know, 'cause-
They're jungleized.
yeah, they might attack or. Have you guys ever been?
You don't
attacked
get
by-
out much,
Have
do
you
you,
ever been
Ajay?
attacked? No, have you ever been attacked?
Have
by
you
a
ever
chicken?
been attacked by a chicken?
I've been attacked by a duck.
Have you ever been
Ducks,
attacked
let
by?
me tell you guys, ducks don't play around.
Have you ever been attacked by a hen?
No.
Okay.
Neither.
I did something really mean, but it was so funny.
You threatened the eggs.
My
didn't you?
5-year-old. When my boy Chase was 5, we pulled up at the house, and there was a hen with the 2 little chicks kind of around the front door. And he's like, "Oh, Dad, look at that chicken." And I was like, "Yeah, you better go chase it away from the front door so we can go inside." He's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I'm scared." I was like, "Don't be scared. It's a chicken. What's a chicken going to do?" Well, let me tell you, if you guys have ever tried to approach a mama hen, yeah, so my son came up and that hen turned and chased him, and he ran so much. He's like, "Dad, help!" Ah. And then when he looked up when it was all over, he saw me laughing, and he was like, "Why did you do that?"
Do not mess with any member of the animal kingdom when it's protecting its offspring.
I was like, "Because it was funny." And he's like, "You're mean." But,
No.
you know, you'll never approach a mama hen again, right? Well, you're welcome, son.
No, people don't realize like how aggressive ducks are. Like I've been chased, and I just thought, okay, well, it's a duck.
Were you like, "What, the duck?"
Yeah, when the duck opened its mouth too, you see like the teeth. Those
The
ducks.
little, they're like little barbs.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, and ducks.
What'd you do to the duck, though?
I think I waddled.
You were just existing, and it's
Yeah, and I just walked by, you know, like where the duck was, and the duck again, you know, was just defending his family. So
I hope they never succeed, though, in eradicating all the chickens on Guam, because I would just feel weird if I didn't hear chickens crowing. Because that's one thing he mentioned, right? Is he mentioned the noise in the interview?
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. But I swear, if I don't hear a chicken crowing, I think something's wrong.
now you know what they also could have done, right? They could have consulted our friend F. Glenn Lujan.
About the brown tree snakes.
I mean, that's about the
They need to
snake, but-
deputize him.
Okay, if Glenn, if you're watching, well, no, Glenn, if you're watching, do you have any tips on feral chickens? The removal of, the treatment of, the.
There's actually a release that just came out from Senator Joanne Brown. I don't know if we're going to get to that in the news. Are we doing the news?
It's not in the news. That was
Okay.
in last week's news.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, so I did see that. But we're going to take a quick break, guys, and we're coming back with more of the link next. It's 8:33. Coming up at 9, our Christmas Pops special. So we're going to tell you all the great ways to get a little something for Christmas. Christmas someone. A little bit early here at 8:33. It's Monday, November 29th. This is the link. Good morning.
It's time to save on shipping. Support our local entrepreneurs. Find the best steals, deals, and unique products for your holiday shopping needs. The Christmas Pops virtual holiday marketplace is your hub for the best local gifts. Watch the Christmas Pops special airing through December 11th and streaming now across the stations and platforms of KUAM Communications. Visit KUAMChristmasPops.com and be on the lookout for local business profiles on our social media pages. Shop small and support local this holiday season.
Presented by UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, inspiring youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Got a question about your finances? You've come to the right place. Bring all your accounts together, even those that aren't with us, and see the big picture, right down to the smallest detail. Unlock powerful tools like Insights and Money Map that help you save time and take control of your finances. When you connect accounts with the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
Get the job done the right way by getting the right stuff at East West Rental Center. With years of experience helping builders, we definitely got what you need. Call 646-1463 or visit us in Upper Tumon. Open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable as we share similar cultural traditions, history, and heritage. With generations of Filipinos calling Guam home, KUAM presents a monthly look at the capital city, featuring in-depth and engaging interviews on everything from medical tourism to new business and government leaders. Veteran newscaster Nestor Lecanto delivers Beyond Our Borders. This special program is brought to you by KFC. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at IT&E, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at IT&E, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Marianas Irrigation and Landscape Superstore. Stop on by and visit our showroom today. We offer everyday low prices on all major outdoor power equipment like bush cutters, chainsaw, power washer, generators, and more. Need service, repair, maintenance? Well, check out Guam's best superstore only at Marianas Irrigation and Landscape, located in Barragata along Army Drive between Submarina and Besta Market. Call 735-7446 for more information. Now shipping to surrounding islands. Marianas Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
Catch SportsLink on the KUAM News Morning Show, The Link, every Friday for the latest sports news, game schedules, athlete profiles, and more. SportsLink airs every Friday across the multi-platforms of KUAM. Tune in to the broadcast on Breeze 93.9 FM, on KUAM TV 11, live stream through the KUAM News Facebook page, or view highlights on YouTube, KUAM News Facebook, and Instagram page. SportsLink is brought to you by Marianas Irrigation and Landscape. KUAM's multi-platform morning show, The Link, just got a little more delicious with Feed Me Fridays. Chris, Sabrina, Jason, and the rest of the morning crew will take some time off each Friday to talk, taste, and tempt you with all the latest and greatest food and drinks on Guam. Old faves, new hits, and everything else we can put in our bellies. It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link. Brought to you by King's Restaurants, Ruby Tuesday Guam, and Devondale. Real milk from free grazing cows. This season, KUAM Communications is ready to go with more games, more championships, and more sports specials guaranteed to bring out the fan in you. Don't miss a minute of gameplay from NBC on KUAM TV 8 or from CBS on KUAM TV 11. We're bringing you all the action and excitement brought to you locally by Marianas Irrigation and Landscape and Docomo Pacific.
Listen, watch, and learn from the daily Tomorrow News updates from KUAM News. Catch them on The Link during the 8 o'clock hour, streaming online on Isla Radio, or on the KUAM News YouTube channel for your convenience. Tune in and stay informed, all while preserving our precious culture through the daily use of our native Chamorro language. Tomorrow News updates are brought to you by your familia at First Hawaiian Bank.
Christmas without you. I'll be so blue, thinking about you. Decorations are red on a green Christmas tree. Won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. When those blue snowflakes start falling. That's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white. I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas.
Right on. It's 8:40. Good morning, Sabrina. Welcome back to the Link, Pacific Point, Cabo Enterprises, ITV, and Jack in the Box. Proud to present this Monday, November 29th episode. Rolling out for Giving Tuesday tomorrow morning.
Yes, our drive-through donation drive for toys and canned goods. It's from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Don't let the rain dampen your spirits. Come on by. What?
Don't let the rain dampen your spirits.
Yeah, come on by and do something good for our community and for those less fortunate. At 9 o'clock, we're actually going to be doing a live 1-hour show on Giving Tuesday. Chris is going to be down in Mount Carmel. Hoggett! And I always love what they do down at Mount Carmel, especially with the whole presentation and how the kids get all excited, especially when they see you, Chris. It's just amazing.
Well, I roll with Team KUAM, so they're always excited to see us down at Mount Carmel. And they've been on, let's say they called me more than you guys did on my leave. Because they're like, hey, what's the plan? Hey, what are we going to do? Hey, we're going to come. We're going to go Tuesday.
Well, we don't want to call you all the time because, it's your time.
Really? You didn't want to? Because I didn't
I
feel
did
that
call
way.
you a few times,
Okay,
but,
all right, it's cool. Hey, it is what it is. Day 42. So that's happening, of course, tomorrow. So if you have a donation, you don't even need to be from a business organization.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe your kids want to drop a little donation by. Get into the spirit of it and swing by our KUAM studios here in Harmon from 8 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
We hope to see you.
8:42. So, yeah, there was a release that had just come out from Senator Joanne Brown. And this is something one of those things that happened while I was on leave was there was a port board meeting and there was a resolution. This kind of like, wow, this is pretty freaky. There was a resolution and they basically resolved to go after.
Right. They passed a resolution during their board meeting that gives the general manager, Roy Respicio, the authority to take any and all administrative or criminal actions necessary regarding alleged illegal retroactive salary adjustments of former Port GM, who is, of course, a Senator, Joanne Brown.
Right.
Now, the resolution follows an AG opinion issued in a question involving retroactive pay raises at GURA. Following a review by the Port's legal counsel into the board's past actions related to the former general manager, Joanne Brown, the Port determined that about 8 pay adjustments for Brown contained illegal retroactive payments worth thousands of dollars. Now, aside from Brown's case, the Port then also instructed to look into any other retroactive pay raises that may have been given to other former PAG management from December 2012 through December 28, and also seek the same, any administrative or criminal actions. But number one, and first is a priority involving the alleged retroactive pay raises against Senator Brown.
Right. And so I did catch some of this meeting, and boy, that Port GM was malagoot for this. There was even one part where he had said, like, he needs a badge to go after. What did he say? I need a badge, or this is my badge?
Right, it gives him the authority to basically.
So he wants to be a policeman? That's cute, Rory with a little badge. But anyway, so we did have a clip here, but Senator Brown had come out with a release, and I thought this was pretty interesting because when you kind of go into this, I'm not really sure if the people who got the raise are the ones that are going to be targeted. Where's that release at? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so Senator Joanne Brown coming out with a release. Brown's statement on Port Authority of Guam, Resolution 2021-34 from Senator Brown. Port Authority of Guam General Manager Roy Respicio has been tasked with procuring a misdemeanor prosecution against two of his bosses, Frank G. Santos and Nathan T. Timinglow. These are two board members. Rory, the Port GM, is directed to compel enforcement of 4 GCA, which reads, prohibition on retroactive pay raise. Whenever a classified or unclassified employee of GovGuam, including all departments, agencies, and instrumentalities, whether or not autonomous, receive an increase in pay resulting from step increase, pay range increase, promotion, or any other cause, such increase in pay shall not be retroactive from the date of its authorization unless so specified by law. Any person who authorizes a pay raise which is retroactive in violation of this section shall be guilty of a misdemeanor. Santos and Timinglow were members of the board when the allegedly illegal acts occurred and are members now. Board counsel and GM Respicio apparently have interests that conflict with their two bosses. Ordinarily, we would expect the board and GM, with the assistance of counsel, to unravel ethically sticky matters. However, given Rory's profession of his desire to compromise the Port 7 cases at his first meeting with the board, coupled with throwing in the towel and settling on the Port 7, rather than letting the cases be resolved on the merits, we should all be wary. Let's ask Rory when he'll move on Frank G. Santos and Nathan T. Timinglow.
Right. So you may remember, Chris, because you were right before you went on vacation. We did have Senator Brown on, and we did ask her about the pending board meeting because this was on the agenda, and she did say that she called it retribution, adding that the port is coming after her, but it's not going to stop her from speaking about what she thinks is wrong in the government. And I think we do have a video clip of that port board meeting, and it's a part of the discussion when they were talking about the resolution. It was Director Isa Koki who...
Yeah, because it wasn't like smooth sailing for Rory and trying to get this so-called badge to go after a sitting senator.
Right. So Director Isa Koki, she felt very uncomfortable with it, and she felt that the resolution was a little vague. She wanted more on what exactly the plan was, and not wanting to just go after just this one person, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so let's go ahead and play that video. And this is from the Port board meeting, and you can actually watch it in its entirety on the Port Authority of Guam's Facebook page.
Asking is, we have to act on what we know now. If we believe there are other people out there, as we get that information, we'll go through the same process. If there's a question of statute of limitations, then let Ms. Brown, through her attorney, make that argument. I would love for her to come out and say, I'm not paying it back because the statute of limitations run out. Number two, this criminal action necessary, the resolution doesn't give me the authority to determine the criminality. I don't have that authority. But the action, the definition of the action could be something as simple as me filing a complaint with the Attorney General's office saying that there may be some criminal activity. I'm not saying there's criminal activity now, or I'm not wanting to close that door if there's possible criminal activity in not wanting to make this right. So I don't know what you're saying, Director Koki, if you're saying we don't do anything until we know who else is out there.
No, I'm just saying we should definitely do our fair share of due diligence and maybe just check if you just want to check all the general managers at this point.
Okay, let's start with this one because obviously this one is what was brought up by the public auditor.
I also want to comment, Rory, that if the AG's office is already made aware of this, why would we need to file a complaint? If they're aware of something, then shouldn't they be able to take the actions needed if they believe something criminal happened here? So wouldn't it have already been with them?
No, you would think, but in the AG opinion, it punted it back to the board of directors and said, go ask your board what the board wants to do. So a lawyer will execute what the client wants. In this case, you guys are the client, you're my boss. I'm not going to act without any directive, but I also want to make it clear that as general manager, whenever I see there's an infraction, I admitted that the port should not have paid it. There's other instances where other agencies paid something, and even though the agency paid it, the remedy was the employee pays it back. So based on what the AG is asking of us, basically saying, go back to your board, have your capable counsel make the determination. There's similarities in this situation versus other agencies. There's precedents when other employees received a pay raise that was not statutorily authorized and it was retroactively applied, they had to pay it back.
And what did those agencies do to initiate this process? Did they file a complaint?
The Attorney General wrote a legal opinion saying it's illegal, and without being told to do it, Governor Calvo had his staff pay it back. The CCU, when the AG came out and said that those raises, since they were discussed in executive session, are illegal, the CCU took it upon themselves to have the employees pay it back. Now, we're not gonna play a cat and mouse game here, directors, where we're gonna wait to see what the AG is doing. Unfortunately, the OPA said that's not within my scope of the audit. So he punted it over to the AG. Then the AG didn't even do a legal opinion direct specific to this case. They did not. They didn't take the time to do a legal opinion that's specific to the Port Authority of Guam. They said, hey, you have a capable legal counsel. There's similarities here. There's a concern here. Have your legal counsel give you the direction, guidance, have your board give you the direction. And the AG said, then come back to us and we'll work together. So the criminality part, I'm not gonna go and indict her. I'm not an attorney general. I'm not, that's not part of my authority. That's not part of my responsibility. But certainly if you're saying exercise all means necessary, I have to have a badge. And this resolution gives me the badge to do whatever's necessary to try to recoup this money. I just want to be able to say, I brought this to the board passed the resolution. We quantified the amount, we gave her the letter, the ball's in her court. We filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office, the ball's in their court. And then we can go on to conducting the more important business of the port. But this is equally important because we have to, these are ratepayers' money, and I guess the public needs to know what's the final resolution to all of this.
I understand that, and we should definitely protect the resources and the funds of the port. Yes, and especially if there's any misuse of it and we're made aware, then we should fix it. But
Yeah, and
I
I
am
don't
not comfortable with giving this vague authorization to take any and all administrative and or criminal actions. I want to know what the plan is before I approve or give any authorization. And if we need to table it to be able to talk through this, and if you need to, and if I want to see what is the exact plan, then okay. But here we're having the conversation, and you know, you're saying that you want to go to the AG's office and say, this is what our Attorney General opined on. This is X number of dollars that we believe should be owed back to the port. Then I'm okay with that. But I want that to be clear in the resolution that we're going to sign, because I don't want to leave the door wide open because we signed this resolution for anything outside of that, which could happen, Rory, if we sign this. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, because you come to us constantly before you act, but you don't need to once we sign this.
And why not? So what's the consequence of the door being wide open if we're gonna get a resolution to this case? What's the consequence? What's the consequence?
I don't want to go down a criminal or a legal matter without knowing all of our options. And I want to make sure before we go down that path, like I said, are we within statute of limitations? What are all, like, let's do our homework first before we go down, which is still open.
We're not going to decide that. We don't have the authority to decide those things. It would mean simply filing a letter to the AG saying, here's the copy of the resolution that was adopted by the board. Please look into any possible criminal wrongdoing. Then if the AG acts, fine. If they don't act, fine. But this is not a matter before the Port Authority anymore.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be at that time.
Say, kick the door wide open and let's go down our road and have the AG make those determinations. How much longer do we have to wait? How much more time do we need? Meanwhile, the question is out there, did the individual get monies that she was not entitled to? Answer is yes, it was illegal. And should she pay it back? The answer is yes. Will she pay it back? That's up to her.
Rory, we've waited X number of months to get nothing from the AG's office other than reference to another matter, okay? We can wait we can wait, we can table this, we can have the conversation exactly what we want as a board and as an authority to happen. I don't want to rush through this. I don't want to make a motion to approve something I'm not comfortable with. I make a motion to table this and let's go through it in detail of what your plan is.
Okay, Rory, excuse me.
Please.
Let us table this, and then we can have a special board meeting and table this.
Mr. Chairman, before you do that, I don't think there's, what will we get by tabling this? We put everything out before you, members of the board. Your decision is yes or no. Your decision is pass it or don't pass it, not table it. Doing nothing is of a greater consequence to the credibility of the port. It's to the credibility of the port. That's the consequence. We made payments that we should not have made, and we acknowledge that they're illegal, and we're going to table it because we don't want to do anything. That's the consequence to the port.
I'm not saying I don't want to do anything, Rory. And Rory, don't raise your voice like that, because we're trying to have a productive conversation, and I feel like we're going in circles and it's no longer productive.
So
wow, that was juicy.
Yeah, so
right at the end.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually a whole lot more. The resolution did pass. Dot Harris, Director Harris, she made the motion to vote. She voted for it. Then Nate Timinglow seconded it, and then there was a discussion because you need 3 votes to pass. And so Director Santos, or the chairman, he tried again for a special meeting to table it, but eventually he ended up voting in favor with Timinglow and Harris.
Yeah, that's interesting because according to Senator Brown's release, the law says those who authorize any allegedly illegal raises are going to be responsible for it. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know if the Chairman Santos and board member Timinglow knew that at the time. But it's going to be fun to watch it lay out. And yeah, we've actually got Senator Joanne Brown coming on this week. We'll put out the invite to the general manager, Roy Respicio, as we're always willing to do whatever we can to help defend the credibility of any government agency. 8:57, it's Monday, November 29th. We're going to take a quick break and come back with more of The Link next on this Raining Cats and Good Lagos Monday morning. Good morning.
Actually, we have an interview.
It's time to save on shipping. Support our local entrepreneurs. Find the best steals, deals, and unique products for your holiday shopping needs. The Christmas Pops virtual holiday marketplace is your hub for the best local gifts. Watch the Christmas Pops special airing through December 11th and streaming now across the stations and platforms of KUAM Communications. Visit KUAMChristmasPops.com and be on the lookout for local business profiles on our social media pages. Shop small and support local this holiday season.
Presented by UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, inspiring youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Take in the panoramic beauty of our island each Sunday on the KUM News Instagram with Scenic Sundays. Scroll through the natural beauty of the island on display. Scenic Sundays on the KUM News Instagram is brought to you by Addis Trust and Investment, Location, Service, Trust, and Häagen-Dazs Shops Guam, where every day is made extraordinary.
KUAM Communications continues our perpetuation of our Chamorro culture, language, and heritage, with features available to our listening and viewing audience, including streaming of Chamorro music 24 hours per day on Isla Digital Radio on KUAM.com and the KUAM News app. Chamorro News Update, weekdays on The Link and the KUAM News YouTube channel. Conversations about life in our Chamorro language podcast, Cuentos Tapaco, with Kin Conception. Seasonal specials, shows, and other features highlighting the beauty of our language, culture, and history. It's a new era of our continued commitment to our Chamorro heritage. Isla, watch, listen, stream. Viva Isla!
KUAM's multi-platform morning show, The Link, just got a little more delicious with Feed Me Fridays. Chris, Sabrina, Jason, and the rest of the morning crew will take some time off each Friday to talk, taste, and tempt you with all the latest and greatest food and drinks on Guam, old faves, new hits, and everything else we can put in our bellies. It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link, brought to you by King's Restaurants, Ruby Tuesday Guam, and Devondale. Real milk from free grazing cows. This season, KUAM Communications is ready to go with more games, more championships, and more sports specials guaranteed to bring out the fan in you. Don't miss a minute of gameplay from NBC on KUAM TV 8 or from CBS on KUAM TV 11. We're bringing you all the action and excitement brought to you locally by Marianas Irrigation and Landscape and Docomo Pacific. Catch SportsLink on the KUAM News Morning Show, The Link, every Friday for the latest sports news, game schedules, athlete profiles, and more. SportsLink airs every Friday across the multi-platforms of KUAM. Tune in to the broadcast on Breeze 93.9 FM on KUAM TV 11, live stream through the KUAM News Facebook page, or view highlights on YouTube, KUAM News Facebook, and Instagram page. SportsLink is brought to you by Marianas Irrigation and Landscape.
Get ready to run or ride to 22 with the Miles Challenge. Join the challenge from now till January 31st to rack up those miles on foot or by cycling. Runners can choose from 100, 200, and 300 miles. Cyclists 300, 600, and 900 miles. Go to mileschallenge.com to select your challenge and register today. The Run and Ride to 22 Challenge is brought to you by Uproar, Trench Challenge, Killcliff, and KUAM Communications. Donation proceeds to benefit the EMC Cancer Foundation. Guam is good.
Uno Mixed. We're mixing it up on the last Thursday of every month with a look at lifestyle, entertainment, food, and so much more on the stations, networks, and digital platforms of KUAM Communications.
Uno Mixed is presented to you by Docomo Pacific, Better Together, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable as we share similar cultural traditions, history, and heritage. With generations of Filipinos calling Guam home, KUAM presents a monthly look at the capital city, featuring in-depth and engaging interviews on everything from medical tourism to new business and government leaders. Veteran newscaster Nestor Lecanto delivers Beyond Our Borders. This special program is brought to you by KFC. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Holiday and welcome back to The Link. Our Isaiah Uggan from our news team got a chance to sit down and talk with the executive director of the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, that of course Therese Areola, talking about the holiday hotline, what this traditionally joyous time may mean emotionally for some of our brothers and sisters on Guam who may be struggling, and what their agency does to help. Here's that interview.
Afternoon, everyone. Guam Isaiah Uggan, and joining me is the director of Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, Ms. Therese Areola. How are you, Ms. Therese?
Very good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So let's go ahead and jump into the interview. I wanted to see, how has the crisis hotline numbers looked for the month of October?
Well, I can honestly say that the crisis hotline, my staff, my professional staff have been very busy. September, we had around 1,028 calls for the month of September. For the month of October, we just rounded off and looked at the numbers. We're slightly lower at 917. So our crisis hotline professionals are still very busy. Major concerns, of course, haven't changed a bit. Depression, anxiety, loneliness, a lot of COVID-related concerns. And so we're still pretty high in the 900s, 917 on October. I just want to take this time to thank the people of Guam for getting vaccinated, for continuing to be practicing preventive measures, because as you can tell with the CAR score, it's going, there's a downward trend. So we anticipate the use and calls to be lower and lower as our community gets safer and safer.
Awesome. So Ms. Teresa, I just wanted to see what has the detox inpatient facility looking like?
Yes, so the detox unit here at Guam Behavioral Health that we opened in August of this year is doing well, steady, but definitely sure and a needed service for those who are in withdrawal for substance use. Of course, meth is always, it's the prevailing substance choice on Guam, concern drug on Guam, meth. So far, since late August when the unit opened, we have serviced 7 individuals who needed medically detox assistance before they're referred to outpatient services. So thus far, it's been 7. It doesn't seem like a lot, and that's because there's other services that many people are referred to. But these 7 needed medical assistance in detoxing safely before they get referred to outpatient services. So we've had a total of 7 consumers who have taken advantage and is well on the way to recovery and with their next steps with outpatient services.
All right, and just to clarify, there is no waiting list, correct?
There is no waiting list. Because we just started this in late August, we continue to refine the process. There is no waiting list. As the professional staff refine the process, we are I'm looking at opening an additional 4 beds. If you recall, we wanted to start slowly. So there was a total of 4 beds open. And so now as months have passed and the team is getting the process and the program more refined, I think we're good to go. And I can say that we'll be opening it up to 8 beds. And hopefully more and more people will be able to well, there's definitely not going to be a waiting list. There's not a waiting list today. And so, but more beds means more opportunities for more people. And we're refining the screening process, which probably will mean more people will be eligible.
Mm-hmm. And
this is the growing pains of a new program. You know, staff has to get used to the program, the processes. And so we anticipate that as we refine the process for admission, that there will be more people who will be eligible and will be able to avail themselves to the 3.7 detox unit. And that's why we're coinciding with increasing the number of beds available. But as of today, everybody who qualified for the program thus far was able to come into the program and be serviced. And so that's what matters, is that the people are being serviced.
Awesome. Is there any clients currently in the program enrolled right now?
No, actually today, I mean, there's normally 1 or 2. I looked at the census that the staff that gives me every day. And today, of all days that you interview, I have 0 but you know, we might have an admission later, but right now there are 0 clients in the detox unit.
All right. So, you know, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero and you, when you guys first cut the ribbon in June, you guys mentioned this was a drug epidemic. And as you mentioned, there was no waiting list. Is there possibly reasons why not people are signing up to this program? Maybe people aren't aware, other than, you know, they're being directed to other programs?
Well, you know, like with every program, there's an eligibility requirement. They must be eligible. And so we have various programs here at the department. And so I can tell you that our front door, our intake process is still very, very busy. But again, there are certain requirements like active withdrawal. Maybe a lot of people are coming. My assumption is that people are not in active withdrawal at the time when they come and seek help, and therefore they're not eligible for the program. But they're eligible for referral to other programs such as outpatient services, or being referred to a residential treatment program, and so, or medically assisted treatment program, giving medication to help them. So it's the variety of programs, and that's what you want. You want to have an array of services so that the consumer is referred to the lowest level service that they need. And so I can only say that there's 7 who have been helped, and that's 7 more that wouldn't have been able to help if we didn't open the detox unit.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Director. November is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I wanted to see what Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center is doing.
Yep. And so we do recognize November as Men's Mental Health Month. However, the department celebrates Mental Health Month in May. But in recognition of Men's Mental Health Month in November, you'll be seeing social media posts and in our social platforms promoting awareness that it is men's mental health is just as important, promoting the crisis hotline if men need to call. And so we're not doing a major program like we would do in May for May Mental Health Month, specifically for men in November, but we're just reminding the public through our social platforms that men's mental health matters and that you're not alone. And so be looking out for a lot of flyers and Instagrams and different promotions that's going to be in our social media pages and platforms, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Okay, Director Arreola, I wanted to see there was media reports going around that you guys didn't have a psychiatrist on board. I wanted to clarify and see if you can clear that up or confirm.
Well, that is not the case. We do have a psychiatrist on staff. He has been on leave, like everybody does, they have to go on leave. And so we do have a psychiatrist on the payroll, and he is currently on leave, but he's expected to come back at the end of the month, which is really next week or so. And so it's unfortunate, but this is a shortage crisis in the profession of psychiatrists that is affecting the entire world. And I'm happy to say, though, that I just offered a psychiatrist that we interviewed an offer, and he has accepted. So that will be, as soon as his contract is routed and cleared and everybody signs, he should be starting, I would say, hopefully in the next 2 months or a month, if we're lucky with the contract process of everybody reviewing. We're very happy. For the first time, we have our first psychiatric nurse practitioner. She's an off-island hire as well, and she started last week. We have several medical doctors on staff, and we have 2 psychiatrists that will be coming to Guam next year, who we've already interviewed, and they're very interested in moving to Guam, but they're just waiting for their final contracts the current contracts they're in. So that's another 2 psychiatrists that will be coming on board next year. In addition to that, as sadly as we had lost two psychiatrists to retirement, I just got word earlier this week that they are inclined to come back in the first of the year, which again is just a couple of months in January, as a part-time basis. So I think between the medical doctors and the psychiatrists that we have, that we're going to have, and the psychiatric nurse practitioner, and we have another psychiatric nurse practitioner that started a couple of months ago, I think the people of Guam are going to be very pleased that you have an array of professional services to help you at the department.
That's awesome, Director. And just I'm just adding my numbers. Is that a total of 8 members that we can expect by January?
We have a current psychiatrist, a new offer psychiatrist, that's 2, an additional 2 that retired and is coming back probably in January, 2 more that will be leaving their contract next year and coming on board. So that's a total of 6 psychiatrists.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that clarification. I'm not good at math. That's why I became a reporter.
6 psychiatrists, 2 psychiatric nurse practitioners, and 3 medical doctors.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Director Early, for that. And I also wanted to get an update. Is there any other staff shortages within the department that you guys are looking to hire or, I
Yes.
guess, address?
Thank you very much, Isaiah, and I appreciate KUAM and the media's help in getting the word out. As you know, and I've been saying this for almost a year and a half, the Guam Behavioral Health with COVID has tripled our caseload. It's a good thing because that means people are coming in and getting the help they need, but we are in shortage of therapists, counselors, master's level counselors who can provide therapy to our consumers. We have a wonderful probably 10 to 12 counselors, but we are in need of more. And so, but we're looking for master's level counselors, therapists. And so that's what we're really in need of. And we are working. I have a call in to the University of Guam to try to talk to the program folks there to see, because I understand that there is a graduating class in December. I want to be able to pick them up right away and get them to work, get them to practicing what they chose and love to do, is helping people. And so we're going to be working with the University of Guam. We have set up some meetings next week because we want to make it seamless. We want to capture those graduates and get them right to making to the workforce.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like the
So
department
really it's
is
counselors.
super busy.
Yes. And recruitment is constantly ongoing here at the department, constantly. We're never at a given place where, everything, we have all the staff at one given time. I mean, I get retirements every day, people leaving because they're moving off island. So there's constantly moving, people being promoted, which opens up another position. And I mean, there is just a constant recruitment going on here at the department. And but the one thing that I've been really focused on is the professional service staff, the psychiatrists, psychologists, counselors, nurse practitioners, medical doctors. That's what I've really been focusing on lately. I forgot to mention, and it's terrible, but we, psychologists, clinical psychologists, we're looking into clinical psychologists being able to to prescribe like a psychiatrist does. I don't want to trump it yet, but we have a clinical psychologist on Guam who has agreed to work for Guam Behavioral Health part-time, and he's working with the license board to be approved. And so we look forward to that. And so, you know, again, the people of Guam can be confident and know that you have a professional array of professional services, professional staff here to serve the people of Guam who are in need of help.
All right. And, you know, as you guys are always trying to combat or definitely try to address the drug epidemic here on Guam, I recall that the Talofofo cottage homes were turned over to the department. I just wanted to get an overall general update on the renovations.
Thank you for asking. We're so excited. The Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration is ecstatic. We are in the process with DPW and GURA finalizing the designation authority so we can work with GURA. DPW will be assigning that authority. So, you know, officially signing it perhaps before the end of the month, if not early December. And then the RFP will be put out, and renovation, I would say, would begin, you know, early next year. We anticipate no more than 6 months, and then we'll have 30 more residential beds to help our people in recovery.
Awesome. Is that also including is there some sort of drug rehab center adjacent to
You're
the current
talking
facility?
about the other.
Is there another program? Yeah.
Yes, there is. I just want to thank Governor Liu and Lieutenant Governor Josh because they identified Department of Interior money to renovate Cottage Home in Talofofo for 30 more residential treatment beds. But they also identified DOI money to build our new beginnings, our drug and alcohol division. As you know, Guam Behavioral Health has a drug and alcohol division. It's known pretty much by the people of Guam being called New Beginnings. Currently, we are renting and we are so busy, we're running out of space and it's just too small. So the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration, to keep its word and its commitment that drug and alcohol services is a priority, has identified Department of Interior money to build a New Beginnings Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center, where our drug and alcohol division will move into, and there'll be more than enough rooms for group, more than enough rooms for treatment and counseling, and we are not busting out of the seams in rentals. And so as a commitment, it's going to have a permanent home and not a rental. And we also, simultaneously, the RFPs will be going out at the same time as Cottage Home. So as Cottage Home is being renovated, we anticipate the construction of the new building to begin as well next year.
Awesome. That sounds so much work that the
A
department
lot
is
of
doing,
things
so much
going
progress.
on. I'm blessed. I am very blessed with a governor and a lieutenant governor that really, it's not lip service that they want to help our drug pandemic really, but really putting real resources and real funding to building up the infrastructure to help our people who are struggling with drugs and alcohol.
Awesome. Anything else you'd like to add on? The mic is yours.
You know, the holidays are coming up. I want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving, a peaceful Christmas. Things are looking better. The CAR scores are going as a downward trend, but we need to keep it up and keep up our preventive measures. But I bring up the holidays because as wonderful as the holidays are, there's also a time when depression is heightened. You know, there's this thing called the holiday blues. Guam Behavioral Health Crisis Hotline will continue to be open and continue to be available 24/7 through the holidays, throughout the year, never closing 365 days a year. We'll be around in the holidays for people to talk to somebody if their depression or the holidays gets to them too much. So I just want to put it out there again. 647-8833 is our Guam Behavioral Health Crisis Hotline. We're here through the holidays and all year for the people of Guam. Call us if you need to talk. You're not alone. We can get through the holidays and the blues and whatever anxieties you're going through together. That's what we're here for. That's our job. And we want to. This is what we are here for. This is why we're here to serve, is to be there for the people who need the help. So we're here. Don't forget our crisis hotline, even through the holiday season.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Ariola, for hopping on this interview and giving us an overall update on the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center.
Thank you so much, Isaiah, and I wish everyone a blessed holiday season. Merry Christmas. And don't forget, you're not alone. So if you're struggling, call our Guam Behavioral Health Crisis Hotline at 647-8833.
The KUAM Christmas Pops virtual marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Happy day, everyone. I'm Tyler Matanani.
And I'm Hannah Devonzo, and welcome to Christmas Pops.
Together with the University of Guam School of Business and Public Administration and the Guam Visitors Bureau, we are showcasing unique products from our local vendors right here on Guam.
That's right, Ty. It's hassle-free shopping, no crowds. You can go to our special Christmas Pops website, find the products you like, and shop till you drop from home.
And when we tell you the products are unique, they truly are. Some of the products we'll be featuring in our program were created, designed, and produced from students enrolled in the Junior Achievement Program. It's part of our Student Showcase portion of our program.
Exciting! Are you guys ready? Let's get to shopping.
Happy and Season's greetings. This holiday season, give your little ones a gift of song and dance with our Zeng 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 Munga Mamala CD. It is a children's Chamorro CD. It starts off with an original song called Zeng 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 Munga Mamala, followed by, if you're happy and you know it, Mary Had a Little Lamb, I Have Two Hands, Have You Ever Seen a Laddie, Row, Row, Row Your Boat, Reach for the Sky, Six Little Ducks, Itsy Bitsy Spider, and the popular Baby Shark, all translated and sung in our beautiful Chamorro language. It's a fun way to introduce your little ones to the beauty of our language. Get your copy today.
Zengen magafal na pakpaki kanay mo. Zengen magafal na pakpaki kanay mo. Guasi Maria unsiba, unsiba, unsiba kanay mo. Agat patana kagwi hatsa hulu ta umali. Nani halu uturudu, nani halu uturudu.
But wait, everyone who orders the CD will also receive a free printable lyrics booklet in PDF format that you can print and share with your children. Still interested? Contact Jerry and Pinko on Facebook Messenger or direct message on Instagram at Ranger LLC. CDs are $12 each, plus shipping and handling when applicable. We are also happy and excited to announce that Zeng 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 Munga Mamala will soon be available on iTunes. We wish you all a safe, healthy, and happy holiday season. Si Zeus Maasi, Zenadios.
Hafa and happy holidays from the Coconut Tree Company. We are excited to spread some joy this holiday season from our candy corner of the island. The Coconut Tree Company is located in Hagatna, and we want you to take advantage of our sweet promo prices. Our holiday promo includes 3-piece box and rounds, 5 for $15. 12-piece tins and grab bags, 2 for $20. 50-piece tray, 1 for $38. 100-piece tray, 1 for $75. So mark your calendars from Friday, November 26th to Friday, December 17th. The Coconut Tree Company also offers off-island shipping, a perfect opportunity to send your loved ones a classic Chamorro treat. Visit our store and you'll find our coconut candy elves hard at work, shaping and packaging every piece of our gourmet candy thoughtfully by hand. From our kitchen to beyond the Coconut Tree Company stores, stay safe and happy holidays. For orders and inquiries, call us at 671-472-3775. Email us at tctcguam@gmail.com or find us on Facebook and Instagram at The Coconut Tree Company. Sizu'us Ma'asi to all of our customers who have continued to support us throughout the pandemic. Scan our QR code to see a complete product catalog if you'd like to place an order online.
So half a day, Kirsha, and thank you so much for joining us today. For those that may not be familiar with your business, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and your business and maybe some background on Kirsha's Corner.
Will do. Hi, everyone. My name is Kirsha Taitano. I am the owner of Kirsha's Corner, a locally designed and printed stationery company, which I actually started last year in October, just as something that came out of boredom during the pandemic, and it blossomed into my small business. I try to create products that are really inspiring and cute, that make you feel good while you're doing your work, whether you're in school or working, but also that are really, they help you stay productive and inspired to achieve whatever goals you may have, personal or in your work life.
Now, was it something that you've been wanting to do for a while, and then the pandemic happened, and then you're like, let's go for it? Or is it just something that just came out of the blue?
Kind of a mix of both. So I've always been a big fan of stationery products. Planners and journals literally have been my life for forever. And it's something I always knew I wanted to do one day. And then during COVID, to keep myself just busy and, be able to do things creatively, I started my Instagram account, Kirsha's Corner, just as a portfolio for my graphic design work that I would just do for fun. And there was one graphic that I did in response to something that was happening at the time on TV, and it was called Island Girl with a Plan. And I did it had those words and it had different graphics around it, and it got shared a lot. And then a lot of people said, you need to put this on something, and if you put it on something, then I will buy it. And from there, I was like, it was never really my intention to create products. It was just, a way for me to share my graphic design skills. But from there, I was like, what better time to do it than now? And it doesn't work. So then I launched in October, and that graphic was the first product that I launched. And been going on for, we just made the 1-year anniversary for Kirsha's Corner. So it's been good so far. You can customize the insides of all the planners and journals to your liking, but I try to do each different themes. So for those who like something that's a little more island inspired, I have a whole line called the On Island bundle, and it's localized planner stickers and a planner design that says Islanders making it happen. And, I have that as one product for people who like to do things that are more holistic, maybe some like self-reflection, and they kind of like, they're looking for that something to help them that kind of journey. I have something called the I Am Planner, which has daily affirmations on each page. The front cover has affirmations as well, and that one is geared towards those who I designed that one more so as a planner to help people kind of embrace the calmness in the day as they're going around. So try to do different vibes. I also have, for those who are looking for something as we go into the new year, 2022, trying to, stay on track with budgeting and planning. I have a new product that I'm putting out, which was actually highly requested. So that'll be coming out this holiday season. It's the first of that line.
So where can people find you on social media if they want to take a closer look at some of your products and, of course, purchase for the holiday season?
Yes. So on social media, on all platforms, it's just at Kershas Corner. So KERSHASCORNER. And then for the website as well, it's just Kershas Corner, same spelling, kershascorner.com.
And is there anything else that you want to get out to the people that are watching before we close out?
For sure. I just want to say, as we end this year and I just finished my first year of business, I think the community here on Guam, especially small business community, and just everyone has been really supportive of my journey, as well as really supporting our local creators during the pandemic and still encouraging them to continue on. So I just thank everyone, especially KOAM team, for being so supportive of all the support you give to small business owners. And everyone, happy holidays and have a great new year.
Thank you so much, Kersha, and happy holidays to you. And make sure you go out and support Kersha. Again, that information is on the bottom at Kershas Corner. Thank you so much, Kersha, and happy holidays.
Thank you. Bye.
Lots of cool finds. Don't forget to go to our website where you can find the perfect gift for your friends and family.
The website is KUAMChristmasPops.com. Keep it here, more holiday gift ideas still to come.
The KUAM Christmas Pops virtual marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. The KUAM Christmas Pops virtual marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Welcome back to our Christmas Pops program. As we mentioned earlier, we are proud to partner with UOG's School of Business and Public Administration to bring you these holiday gift ideas.
As you know, the school plays an important role in creating our future business leaders, and we're grateful to be partnering with UOG.
Here's more on UOG's SBPA.
It's amazing to see that we have students and alumni who for many reasons have taken the path to entrepreneurship, creating value for themselves and adding value to the lives of others as well.
For me, it's always been about customers and satisfying the customers both as a service and with customer service and providing the best experience. We specialize in abstract balloon designs to include balloon installations, event setup, and coordination.
I think for me personally, it would be the time that I get for myself. And in the beginning, it's a lot of hard work, but if you do well and you succeed, you get a lot of that time back and you're able to spend that doing the things you love. But I really do enjoy the freedom that it offers me.
What I love about being a business owner is the customer satisfaction, and especially as someone who makes handmade items, especially custom ones. My company mainly produces handmade bracelets, anklets, and keychains made from natural hemp cord, but we've currently expanded our products to necklaces, earrings, and currently we're working on making crochet tote bags.
Probably the customers, their feedback. It's very rewarding when we receive messages from the customers saying, oh my gosh, everybody loved your grazing, your charcuterie board, or everybody really enjoyed your pastries. And everybody just kind of like refers our business to other people. And so it's just so nice and rewarding to hear all of that. So we're really grateful for all the support that we've received from everybody so far. Graceful offers products that are delicately prepared for the purpose of delighting our customers. So our products include charcuterie, afternoon tea, brunch. We do dessert and pastries along with custom boxes.
I love that I'm able to make things that other people are able to get use out of and enjoy. Mariposa offers clothing and accessories that are handmade by me. I sew them from scratch and repurposed materials. I love sewing and knowing that there are people that want to use my items. It's really satisfying to me.
A Trinepreneur isn't just a student or an alum of the university and owns their own business. A Trinepreneur is someone who decided it was time to take control, to create the opportunity or seize the one presented to them, all while being equipped with years of higher education. They really know how to level up.
I think they go hand in hand, and so the things I learn at the School of Business and Public Administration I can apply to my actual day job, and then on the weekends when I do run my business, I can apply what I've learned in college to then help me better my business as well.
With my current studies so far, it made me realize that I need to innovate more to better my business in general.
I think that the university has taught me really good foundations as far as starting and running and operating a profitable business. I learned quite a bit from the classroom, and that allowed me to apply it for when I actually did start my own business, which was the last semester at the University of Guam.
Everything I learned in the classroom has helped me in one way or another. From running the small business, doing the cost breakdown, how to price the products correctly.
My name is Sierra Valana, and I am a student at the University of Guam.
My name is Austin Grant.
My name is Nadal Nunez.
My name is Dee.
My name is Gianna.
Owner of the Campus Cafe.
I'm the proud owner of Gray by Grant.
Proud business owner of Graceful.
Owner of Mariposa Made.
Owner of the Boho Bunch, and I'm a Tritonpreneur.
I'm a proud Tritonpreneur.
Tritonpreneur.
And I am a Tritonpreneur. Keep in mind that it's hard work, owning a business. As my mom would say, hard work.
I think the advice that I would give is to be diligent, and then I think that's something that you need in order to succeed. You can't just give up. You gotta keep going, and it may not be the door in front of you, and it may not be the door 10 doors down, but you just gotta keep opening doors and keep trying.
Again, a huge thank you to UOG's School of Business and Public Administration.
Coming up next, more gifts for the holidays when Christmas Pops returns after the break.
The KUAM Christmas Pops Virtual Marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. The KUAM Christmas Pops Virtual Marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Welcome back to KUAM's Christmas Pops Holiday Shopping Extravaganza. I'm Hannah Devonzo.
And I'm Tyler Matsinani. These next vendors actually hold a special place in my heart because when I was in high school, I actually participated in the Junior Achievement Program. So I know how much work these kids put into the products, the design, the marketing, all of it. So I can't wait to see what they've got.
Here's our student showcase with JA.
With pristine beaches, majestic waves, and the diverse marine life that surrounds Guam. We have only one Earth, and it is each and everyone's responsibility to do their part in being stewards of this planet. This holiday season, help spread this awareness by gifting friends and family with our student-crafted pyramid pieces that portray the natural ecosystem surrounding our island. These gifts can be used as home decorations with a unique local element to it, along with serving as a great daily reminder to be environmentally conscious in order to protect and preserve the natural beauty we have been blessed with. Available for only $25, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Fua Crafts, or at the Mighty, Mall, and Oka Payless locations. By purchasing our pieces, you're also supporting our community as we will not only be donating portions of our proceeds to reputable causes, but we are also working with various local organizations that strive to make Guam a better place for all. Join us on our journey as we take part in a global movement and leading the way towards a greener Earth.
Here at Gapun Tanifuk, we strive to be proper stewards of our island by weaving beauty into our creations, with focus on sustainability, preservation, and awareness.
We have designed a reusable, washable, and recyclable paper tote bag. Make it your own with a pack of markers to color right on your bag. Next, we present Ecolin, a locally drawn coloring book designed by local artists to display the beauty of our island and our culture. Let us bring color and weave beauty into your world today. Check out our product bundles, as they are a perfect gift for your friend or family member. For more information, follow our social media and email us when you're ready to place your order.
Today at school, I had a difficult experience again.
Oh, come on! Hey.
I got hit on by this girl. Not hit on, I wish. But hit as in beat up. My dad said he's going to send me away.
I'm not confused, I'm a person!
He beat me so hard I lost hearing in my left ear. I've just been disowned by my whole family.
Okay, please don't kick me up, please.
I shouldn't, but I'm thinking that way again. A friend recommended me this organization called Lending Hands. They said that they could help, so I'm going to try it out.
Lending Hands is a non-profit organization who helps suicidal, bullied, and or LGBTQ+ individuals. Donate by making a direct deposit to our Community First account at 151873 or buy a scented candle that comes with a ceramic bowl for $25.99. Make a difference with Lending Hands at lendinghandsguam@gmail.com. Connect with the Lending Hand.
Half a Day. We're the Movement, a junior achievement company sponsored by United Guam, and we're introducing our product, Key Change, an on-the-go tool that you can bring anytime, anywhere.
Key Change includes 2 hand sanitizing products, one of which is an alcohol spray bottle that is refillable.
With her eyes, with her smile, with her belt, with her hands.
The other are paper soaps, which can simply dissolve with water and produce no waste at all.
Sisters and her nephews are just pieces of the layers. Only one she loves as much as me is Jesus Christ and Taylor. I got a future song singing for my grandma. You sing it too, but your grandma ain't.
It also includes a handcrafted wristlet from recycled t-shirts.
Southside and beat the devil by a landslide, praying with her hands tied.
In this pandemic, sanitizing is one way to protect ourselves.
To bring my
gotta move it slowly, taking in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for. With Key Change, you can always ensure cleanliness in your hands. Get more info and connect with us on our social media, The Movement Guam.
Oh my god, my glasses keep fogging.
Oh, here, try this. It's Wet the Fog by Serene. It's a fog reducer and glasses cleaner, and it was only $10.
Wow, my glasses are so clear.
Do your glasses fog up while wearing your mask? What the Fog will help. It can be used for glasses, mirrors, phones, and so much more. Support local for only $10 and follow us on Instagram at Serene_Guam and on TikTok at Serene Guam.
We are Amare. Amare is a junior achievement company sponsored by GTA. We aim to spread positivity and raise mental health awareness within our community, especially among the youth of our island. Our company is passionate about bringing mental health to the forefront, especially as we endure the ongoing pandemic.
Our product are clothes, like hoodies, t-shirts, and stickers that contain positive, empowering messages. We believe that being more open about the importance of mental health and sparking conversation about it through our products is the first step to destigmatizing the concept and helping others find the courage to get the help they need.
Included with every product sold is a tag with a QR code. This code will take the customer to a website where we provide helpful mental health resources and advice. Our product will be available for pre-order and it will range from $25 to $60.
If you would like to know more about our company, you can contact us through our Gmail at amareguam@gmail.com, and you can follow us through our Instagram at amareguam, where we will be posting updates about our company along with additional mental health advice and tips.
Amare, warming your body while warming your heart.
So that was pretty amazing. Great job, students.
And don't forget, you can order any and all of the products from our JA students or from any of our local vendors by going to our website.
The address once again is KUAMChristmasPops.com.
Keep it here, more awesome shopping ideas still to come.
The KUAM Christmas Pops Virtual Marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. The KUAM Christmas Pops Virtual Marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Welcome back to KUAM Christmas Pop Special, giving you some unique ideas for your holiday shopping.
Now, before we feature more products from our local vendors, first we feature another one of our presenters, the Guam Visitors Bureau.
Hafaday, it's Josh. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from the team over at the Guam Visitors Bureau. We want to thank the KUAM team for providing the Christmas Pops virtual marketplace. And we want to encourage you to support and shop local whenever you can. It's good for the recovery of tourism and our local economy. But more importantly, let's continue to support each other and shine our own individual light to help others during the holiday season. And remember, please be kind to one another and to yourself too. Si Dios Masi.
A huge thank you to the Guam Visitors Bureau for partnering with KUAM for our program and promoting our local vendors and of course from our students from Junior Achievement.
GVB has partnered with us on many different programs here at KUAM, and we look forward to many more projects as we all do our best to promote our island and our people.
Stay tuned, Christmas Pops continues after the break.
The KUAM Christmas Pops Virtual Marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. The KUAM Christmas Pops Virtual Marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Hafaday, welcome back to KUAM's Christmas Pop Shop. We've got more holiday gift ideas to share.
And if you haven't placed an order yet, don't forget to head over to KUAMChristmasPops.com. You don't want to wait because these products are going to go quick.
Should we share some more ideas, Tyler?
Let's do it, Hannah.
Hafaday Guam is Jess from the Boca Box. As we're going to be with our families this holiday season, we can't forget how important it is that we continue to stay healthy. So to help all of you guys eat healthy, the Boca Box will be teaming up with the KUAM Holiday Pop-Up and offering an exclusive discount on our meal subscription programs. You can get our paleo, keto, wholesome, or low-cal meal subscription just for $165 a week. That means for $33 a day, Monday through Friday, you'll get breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 2 snacks. Remember, this is an exclusive offer only with the KUAM Holiday Pop-Up. So come into our shop, mention that you heard us on any of the KUAM platforms, and we'll go ahead and give you that offer. From your family at the Boca Box, we wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Alpha Day. Welcome to Fresco Clothing. We are your local premier apparel company that specializes in custom design clothing. Since 2016, we have strived this creative passion with no shortcuts, just quality, while still embracing our island mindset of beach to business.
Our carefully crafted items start with quality-based products finished with our original custom designs, which are truly inspired from our people, land, and culture.
As we continue our cultivation, we would like to extend our deepest appreciation from our humble pop-up beginnings to our amazing online customers. We're truly thankful for all the love and support. Thank you, and si Dios Maasi from Fresco Clothing. Always fresh and nothing but love.
Okay, there were a lot of great gift ideas. I'm not sure which one to order.
Order them all, girl. Order them all. And you can too, everyone. Just go to kumchristmaspops.com.
Thanks, Ty. While we're in the commercial break, I'll go check it out.
Wait for me, Hannah. Stay tuned, everybody. We're back after this.
The KUAM Christmas Pops virtual marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. The KUAM Christmas Pops virtual marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Welcome back, everybody. What a show this has been. So many great gift ideas.
Definitely, Hannah. But hold up, everyone. Make more room on your list because our senior producer, Joan Uggan-Charfaris, who is also our resident foodie, shares her top 10 list of her favorite food finds on Instagram.
Profit Day, I'm Jonagan Charfris, Senior Producer for KUAM News and resident foodie. Now, with the holidays right around the corner, I thought this would be a great opportunity to share with you some of my favorite food finds on Instagram. You know, it's all about supporting local, right? So let's get right to it. Starting off my list is Eat La Vie. It's a perfect go-to if you're looking for a charcuterie board for that upcoming function or as a gift idea for a family member or a friend. Offering a wide range of sweet and savory treats beautifully packaged. Now, if you have a sweet tooth like myself, my go-to is Macaron Boy. Now, these sophisticated macarons are created by Leo, who is not only an incredibly talented dancer, super stylish, but he's a crazy good baker, so make sure to check him out. Now let's stick with sweet, shall we? How about Sweet Atelier Bakery? It's new to the food scene here on Island, but you will not be disappointed. Her cakes, her artisan cakes, mind you, and delicacies are created beautifully. Her cakes are dreamy, is the best way to describe it. I don't know if it's the colors or the textures or the decorations. It makes a perfect gift for that special someone in your life. Now, if you're looking to spice things up in your life, then I recommend the Nancy Drizzle. Now, the mastermind behind this is Lenny Farron, who is no stranger to the food scene here on Island. And you know, if he's involved, it's going to taste good and it's going to be spicy. And this thing, if you add it to anything, it is a total game changer. And the best part about the Nancy Drizzle is that you can almost find it anywhere on Island, and it makes the perfect stocking stuffer. Up next is 646. Now, if you are looking for smoked meats, I mean anything from duck, pork, brisket, salmon, you name it, the go-to is 646. The mastermind behind this is Chef Brendan McCaughey from Hyatt Regency Guam, who on his downtime pursues his passion of smoking meats. And I guess culinary talent runs in the family because his daughter is the sweet genius behind McCaughey Bakes, offering macarons and other sweet treats. Make sure you book her fast because she works her baking around her school schedule. Now, keeping with sweets, I have Batty Berries up next on my list. Now, dipped strawberries are trending all over, but the way she presents it is beautiful and it makes a perfect gift idea for coworkers, family, and friends. Now, if you're looking for something nostalgic, I added this next one on my list, Candy Clouds 671, offering cotton candy with a twist. Now, if you have one of those people that is on your gift list that is trying to eat healthy but loves delicious foods, then I recommend Pilatos. The owner, Tiffany, creates not your average acai bowls with a wide range of toppings that is going to leave you satisfied and wanting more. And rounding out my list, saving the best for last, is Sugar Fix Guam. Now, they offer cookies, but not just your ordinary cookies. These are jumbo cookies packed with love and deliciousness. My favorite, my go-to, is the chocolate peanut butter stuffed cookies. The owners behind this, Pat and Dre, put everything they have into their cookies, and it is so delicious, and you're going to keep going back for more. And there you have it, my top 10 list of culinary finds on Instagram. Support local this holiday season. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to add me to your list.
Okay, we need to make sure we're on Joan's nice list for Christmas.
We've been good girls all year. We love you, Joni.
And for all your friends and family that have been good too, like Tyler and I, head on over to our website at kuamchristmaspops.com and start crossing everyone off your list.
And the best part, you're avoiding the crowds. You can shop from home, shop in your pajamas, whatever makes you feel comfortable.
That's it for us. I'm Hannah Devonzo.
And I'm Tyler Matinani. Happy holidays, everyone.
The KUAM Christmas Pops virtual marketplace is presented in partnership with the UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, Inspiring Youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.